Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Proficiency Bonus. My name is Michael, your most humble and merciful dungeon master for the evening. Welcome to Storm King's Thunder, episode 58. And we are so glad that you're tuning in with us tonight. I just wanted to say that I am super floored by all the support that we've been receiving lately, all of the awesome messages that we've been receiving on comments on our YouTube channel. All of our messages in Twitch chat and everything. We want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and being part of our Proficiency Bonus family. So thank you guys once again for tuning in. And we have got some amazing things in store for you tonight as our heroes and adventurers continue on in this amazing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure of Storm King's Thunder. So before we get started, I want to make a couple quick shout outs. The first one is to Twitch, Streamlabs, Team MZ, we've got many-sided dice, and also our newest sponsor and our biggest supporters, DiceBard. You can type in !DiceBard in the chat to get a link to their website where you can get some really awesome dice. And also don't forget to type in the coupon code PROBO in the checkout for free expedited shipping on your order. So yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, DiceBard. We love you. Hearts for DiceBard. All right, we're going to take you guys over to our group before we get with our recap really quick. So here is everybody. Everybody say hello to our viewers tonight. So it's so good to see you guys again. Go ahead and everybody start talking so I make sure my sound is working correctly tonight.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Oh my god, hi!
Hi, we're back.
Twitch chat, let me know that everything is coming through okay. Just double checking our tech to make sure things are good. We got V Brown in the chat already. What's up, V Brown? And but yeah, quick recap from last time. Our adventurers went to Mount Hokenau in search of Kruella the Black. And they made their way to finally meet her face to face underneath an old, abandoned, and broken tower that just remained to be more so a pit in the ground next to the old volcano. Upon meeting Kruella, they saw that there was some other masked mage in the process of finishing up some kind of evil arcane ritual. And Zulkin was transformed into a terrible creature. A very tall, skeletal-like creature with enormous hands and claws on each one of these skeletal limbs. And battle ensued with all these crazy undead soldiers. And things just got out of hand very quickly as our adventurers went into battle. With the help of Asmodeus. Several devils ended up showing up in the middle of the battle to even the score a little bit and to take some of the enemies out of the combat. Well, eventually Molfin was able to approach Kruella the Black, use his magical powers to weaken her a bit and toss her into the river of lava, where she began to melt and catch on fire as she drifted down the river of lava. In the process, they were able to save Doran Amblecrown, Diana's mentor, at the near cost of Brock Blackfeather's life. and also Dorn himself. And really, now that they have this threat taken care of, we're going to start and pick up our adventure here. And is there anything that I missed, important things that I missed during the recap, other than you guys kind of getting some magical item treasure and things like that from upstairs?
The witch is coming.
Well, yeah,
What was the Shroud
call
of
out
Souls again?
Ashlyn.
Oops, sorry.
I would like to call it Ashlyn bludgeoning Zulkin as this giant monstrosity to death.
Oh yeah, that definitely happened. it was fantastic. Yeah, make sure you guys go back and check out episode 57, Black Friday. It was quite a doozy. So make sure you go check that out to get caught up fully. Yeah, and so the story is told, adventurers. You guys are all still here, where we left off last time.
So we have to find the Shroud of Souls now?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we need to travel and deal with her phylactery, or else she will reappear within a few feet of myself.
Oh no.
Yikes.
How do we open up a portal to a different dimension? Can we do that?
Dorn looks to you, Molfin, and starts going, No. That, and he points to the dagger. That's merely a key.
To a lock? And a door?
You see, look,
Shadowfell.
and he points to Diana's gem.
Hello?
You see, Diana is wearing a gem. That gem contains, I believe, part of her soul.
We've figured
But
that out.
look at the dagger as well. The dagger has an image of that gem in it. Each of the daggers' gems represents a vessel, including the dark one in the center. The dark gem in the center is what carries the soul of Kruella the Black. The dark gem must be found, destroyed.
Can we smash the dark gem in the dagger?
No, it doesn't work
Oh.
that way.
So, do we need to find all of the colorful gems to open up a door to the Shadowfell to find the black gem?
Dorn just looks at you and I'm not sure.
Does Zulkin get around?
Is Zulkin what?
Does he get around? Like, is there many gems?
Oh my god, Ashlyn!
She's not wrong.
God, well, I didn't sleep with him, I guess. Who knows what I could have if I did?
There was.
I'm not saying that you
multiple women
did. I'm saying, did he?
There was multiple women in the graveyard, Ashlyn. So yes,
Ooh.
Did I get cheated
but
on?
there was also a possibility that he wasn't the only one that had done this. I don't know how long he's been living. If there was chosen ones before him, we don't know. But we know there's multiple women involved in this.
That he harvested for Cruella the Black.
At the very
That's-
least, we know he harvested Killa and Diana for sure.
Hmm.
Well, and we know of Oriel, the
Yeah, the
green
first
gemstone.
No,
I
She
have
was the
seen
first
her in
one.
my visions.
That wasn't done by Zulkin, was it?
Oh, well, I understand your statement more now. No, I do not know that. I know she was harvested.
Yeah.
But if logic would dictate, if we have this gem, the rest of them may be in Cruella's lair.
Hmm. Should probably go to the lair.
Well, that's, I
have a
think,
question, then.
full
That's a good
circle.
point,
How do we get
Walton.
there?
Why did he give the gems back to Killa and Diana?
Cause he cray.
Keepsakes.
Yeah, but if Killa wanted, or not Killa, if Cruella wanted to keep all of the gems for herself,
Maybe
why
he
not keep
didn't
yours
know.
too?
Perhaps at the point that he was giving them to Kella and Diana, he was looking for, shall we say, insurance.
And at this point, you guys start to hear Kella crying
Oh, God.
almost uncontrollably. And she
Oh,
Oh,
God.
sweet.
kind of snaps towards you guys a little bit. Almost like she snaps. She's like, just, don't you guys get it?
No.
Zulkin didn't know what he was doing.
Oh.
I don't know how much I believe that one.
Yeah, inside joke.
Insight!
Instant check.
Oh, I
Sure.
believe Kella's been manipulated by Zulkan for a long time. I don't.
Aslan, you get the idea that because Kella was pretty close to Zulkan, you think she's being pretty honest.
She's being honest.
Zulkan might not have really known what was happening.
Okay. She might be being honest.
What does Diana know?
Especially during that time, the conflict in Nightstone a while back that you guys had at that point, he might not have understood fully what was happening.
What do you think Diana would know from her?
Probably about the same thing. Yeah, I mean, this isn't very difficult to read. She is in a state of trauma. She's had a very terrible experience. But still, from what you're gathering, seems pretty straightforward, straight up and up.
So that definitely means there was others before Zulkan.
Well, Kella, I'm just... How could he not know? How could he not know? Give these young women some gems, plant a kiss on them, and no reason. How could he not know?
He sounds great, but I'm sure he's got some problems, so maybe, that. The problems part, I mean, probably had those.
Yes.
So.
Okay,
I'm gonna say he's not all there.
Okay,
I'm just gonna go out
agreed.
and
Anyways.
say that.
But either way, that still leaves us with the situation with we have to deal with this Kruella and these gemstones, because if she comes back looking for us yet again, what if it is not as simple as it was this time?
This was
What if
simple.
we are dealing with Clouth? What if we are dealing with the Countess? And all of a sudden she decides to pop in to say hello.
Oh, I'm in complete agreement. We need to take care of this now.
Okay.
Or we throw this dagger at a dragon and it can just deal with it for us.
But
No.
the problem is it won't. She will
I'm
appear.
joking, I'm kidding.
She will die, and she will come back and die, and come back and die, and it will never be resolved, and
What
you
if
will
we
never get your
feed
soul
into
back.
a dragon
And though we just throw her at things and it's like a bomb will go off, the lich will be killed,
Yeah.
and then we just throw her at another new enemy.
I like that. What if we
No, I'm totally kidding. I know that's not real.
Oh. Ashlyn was all about that.
I'm sorry, Ashlyn. I'm sorry to break your heart.
What if we put the dagger in the dragon, like in his stomach, and she keeps popping up in his stomach?
And then she just burns in stomach acid for like a week and then dies again.
Yeah.
Mulford is just going to be looking at Callista this entire time with a very sort of confused, almost, and y'all's worried about me look on his face.
Callista looks exhausted at this point.
It's girl talk, okay?
She sees Kella there, and you know she's restraining herself. She just looks absolutely just exhausted at this point, and she's just looking.
I'm sorry, Mom. No more jokes.
I think our best course of action, if we are going to seek out this lair to try to obtain the gems, would be to make our way back to, I believe we are not that far from Neverwinter here. Stop by Neverwinter, perhaps, rest a little. I believe I may have some contacts in Neverwinter who, with access to transportation magic, perhaps they would be able to aid and get us across the planar barrier.
Would they be able to get there in less than 2 days?
Well, it depends on how quickly we make our way back to Neverwinter.
If only we had an airship.
Yeah, that would be nice. Probably.
Why did we do that?
Ashley smirks when she hears that. And just
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Don't remember why we did that, but
I don't remember why. I don't remember why we do a lot of things, to be honest.
same. And then later I'm like, was that against my whole religion?
Yeah.
If you are asking the question, Diana, the answer is probably yes.
This is
That's
true.
yeah. It's okay.
So
Father Dorn, I've never done anything wrong ever in my life. I'm still perfect and wonderful, and the best student, best disciple ever.
She is.
He just kind of he
Yeah.
kind of looks at you with a just like a half squinted eye, and is just like,
Listen, that one summons demons, okay? Not me.
yeah.
I would have you know that I did not summon any demons.
You summon devil.
Yeah.
Devil's demons.
Shut up,
thank
Lachlan.
I do. He looks at you like, I do know there was great evil here.
Well,
Yes,
evil
and then I
evil.
threw it into the lava.
Let's just head on out of this cave. It's kind
Yes,
of creepy.
Time is of the essence, it appears, and we need to find someone in Neverwinter who can aid us in crossing the planar barrier quickly.
let's do it.
you. Agreed.
Sounds good.
All right, so you guys are headed to Neverwinter.
I guess.
Is that-
Is that the closest
That's
city?
the closest area that Mulfin knows of with a Harper Circle, right?
To where you're at, I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's only a little ways from there.
Yeah, Neverwinter's not too far away. I can take you guys over to the main map, and we can take a look at it. And
Did we
see-
properly loot this place?
I think so.
I would assume Lachlan would have been doing that while the rest of us were having serious conversations.
You all got our
Oh, Lachlan, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Mm.
I'm gonna drop
Pretty
you
sure,
off.
didn't we, Actually, I have a whole bunch of stuff wrote down here, like...
Yeah, you guys got a bunch of stuff from the room
Where's-
upstairs.
Oh, those upstairs, that's right.
I'm just kind of like moving you guys a bunch of places because I have to get over to the map. I think this is.
It's like a
the way
teleportation circle, only not.
around. Yeah, you guys are teleporting everywhere. Cool. Lachlan, one additional thing that you find in the room. I think you guys looted most of everything. There is one additional thing that you do find in the room. It was next to the mage's corpse.
Mm-hmm.
It looked to be some kind of necklace or pendant of some sort. And there was a pendant hanging from a necklace. It is a 5-fingered hand that has an eye in the palm.
Ooh. That's pretty neat. Kind of dangle it, show it to everybody.
Oh my. Spooky.
Molfin, make a history check for me, please.
Okay. Would this be related to a magic, alchemical, or technological device?
Magic device.
Well, here, let me
Trying
click
to
here.
think.
So I get making a history check. Anything that's a magic item, alchemical object, or technological device, I get to double my proficiency bonus on it.
Ooh.
Does a holy symbol count as a magic item?
I'm gonna say probably not.
Okay.
But I mean, if you say it does, that would change it from a 14 to a 17.
Okay. You have seen this symbol before in a book that you own into your homestead. But you don't remember exactly what it is or what it means.
But I would know its religious in significance.
Yeah, you would know it is some type of holy symbol.
That sounds so frustrating.
Diana might know.
Lachlan, that is a...
Diana, you can go
I'm
ahead.
not
Go
sure
add and make a
if-
religion check, Diana. You can make one.
I don't know whether or not to call this a holy or unholy item, but perhaps
My goodness.
Diana, who is over there flailing her arms about, seems to maybe know a little more.
Diana, you you
Tell me all.
you walked in one time on a conversation abruptly that you don't believe that you were ever meant to see or hear. Back before this whole adventure began. Dorn, your mentor, was communicating. Hey, thanks for the bits. You were communicating. You saw Dorn was communicating with Cherish, one of the other priests at your home temple.
Good name.
Mm-hmm. They were talking, and there was a similar. It looked like some kind of fragment of this symbol that you see. And they kept on saying the name, the Whispered One.
Out of character question, is that Vecna?
Do you want me to tell you out of character?
Out of character, yes.
I don't know. I can't tell you out of character. This is Diana time, not Zoss time. This is Diana time.
And that's the DM shutting the door in your face.
Oh, my nose! Ouch! And that's basically what happened to that memory. The door was slammed on you.
Okay.
So, yes.
I just
And you would have had to have basically crit to get that information. So, it was good.
I have an idea. Real quick. Muffin? Uncle Muffin, you have the dagger still?
Yes.
What if I give you this amulet of proof against detection and location? Would that help?
We don't know. We've actually just discussed that a while ago. It's an idea we can try, but it's not something we know for sure is going to work until it happens. It's a
it
good
might
backup
help.
plan. Yeah, it's a good backup plan. But I think because her soul is actually connected to it, I don't think it's gonna work. That's just my gut feeling on it.
Okay.
But it's a good idea just to have as a backup, just in case it does.
Alright, then do you want it, Uncle Muffin?
Well, I suppose I can use it for the time being.
For
Okay,
now, just
here you go.
in case.
Thank you. So,
Oh, by the way, that belongs to somebody called the Whispered One.
Diana, make an insight check for me, please.
What belongs to some...
You notice a little uneasiness with Dorn.
would Mulfin know anything about that name, the Whispered One?
I don't.
Probably not.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
Dorn, why do you
you
say-
know that you have a text on it.
Yes, but I don't have it with me. That doesn't do me much good
Exactly.
right
Michael being a very evil dungeon master right now.
now. But I'm certain Neverwinter would have a library with some information on him.
Well, of course. I mean, I don't really know anything besides the name. Dorn, do you know anything? You're like the old religion expert.
Well,
Please.
and he kind of sighs, and you can see there's definitely an uneasiness with him. There's a little bit of sweat kind of that comes down his forehead a bit. Diana, I must be 100% honest. I have withheld some information. And, well, may be best to just show you. Unfortunately, we would have to travel back to Daggerford. Because what I have is contained within a secret chamber under our place of worship.
Oh, wow. Oh, hello?
That sounds very mysterious, dude.
It does. Well, I mean, I would love to know more. I'm good. I would love to. I was about to sneeze. What was I gonna say again? Excuse me. I would love to go see more, but we obviously have to finish this up first, and I don't know what our leader wants to do after. So
Thank you for defaulting to me.
No.
I was speaking of Callista.
She's like, Jessica, you're like, thank you.
Would this amulet help us against Cruella? Should we go to Daggerford?
I get the feeling that it would help us in the same way that Mulfin's devils helped us.
So, yeah.
Evil fighting evil.
What
Not
if
good.
we get a teleportation stone to Daggerford ring thing?
Well, Diana, one must remember, the enemy is my friend.
No, I don't really make friends with devils.
Well, you seem to have no problem when they were aiding us a short while ago.
No,
On a separate note, though, is...
I don't get it. The enemy of my enemy is your enemy?
No, is my friend.
Why would you be friends with your enemy?
No, I'm friends with... Okay.
We'll
Lachlan
use minor
is my
illusion
enemy.
to draw a diagram while he talks.
Okay, so if you have an enemy like a bear, and then their enemy is like a lion, and your friend is a rabbit, what?
Well, no, so if my enemy is the bear,
Yes.
and the lion's enemy is the bear,
So we hate bears.
that would make the lion and myself, regardless of our relationship, friends until the bear is dealt with.
You really
What about
don't
the bunny?
understand animals, do you, Muffin?
What about the bunny?
The bunny?
The bunny doesn't even enter into it. I'm sure, Lachlan can probably throw it to safety.
Okay, as long as the bunny's safe, I'm cool with this. Okay.
Well,
I get
if
it
we
now.
attach a horn onto the top of the bunny's head, perhaps we could throw it as a weapon at the bear.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Now I
A more
understand.
appropriate example, Callista's like, in nature,
Okay.
is say a wildcat is the enemy,
A wildcat's the enemy.
but so are birds.
Bears?
Birds. Birds are also an enemy.
Why do we hate birds?
No, this is you know what? Never mind.
Ashlyn,
Callista's just like,
Ashlyn, give yourself a bonus point of DM's inspiration, please.
As this is sort of ending, Wolfen's going to look over at the priest. As Diana said, and as Callista said, this may be something worth looking into for Diana, but I think I speak for the other 3 members of our little family here that given what has happened to Diane in the past, she goes nowhere with a strange, somewhat shifty individual without us present.
Are you calling my priest shifty?
Well, Diana, he is hiding something.
He is my priest! Are you kidding me? This man has guided my life since I was 17 years old.
It wasn't.
And he just admitted to you that he has been lying to you.
We aren't.
Which
we
sometimes
aren't
is
hiding.
necessary.
We are protecting something.
Exactly. I'm sorry, I'm very aggressively backing you up.
he's also the one that hired me to take you on this adventure in the beginning.
Which
And
led
look at
to
that,
your
now we're
soul
fine.
being encapsulated.
Which he could never have predicted, and also, according to Ilmater, was my destiny to begin with, so couldn't have been prevented.
So your god and your priest sent you on an adventure to have your soul stolen.
For the greater good, yes.
The greater good.
Seems that your
The greater
god and
good.
my friend are much along the same line of thinking.
No, not at all. Very different. Why are we even still discussing this? I would like to go to Wintersteadford, whatever.
Wintersteadford?
Winter Neverstead.
Winter
Now
Neverstead.
we know I've broken her. She doesn't even know where we are anymore. Ashlyn, please watch her. She seems to have become addled.
Fine.
All right.
The enemy of her
Missing piece of
enemy
soul.
is my enemy.
Yes.
Yes, the enemy of Diana's enemy is your enemy.
Yes, see, I got it. Okay.
So you guys make your way back to the airship that is parked outside. Your crew is still maintaining. They're trying to continue repairs on the damaged furnace, although it is going to take quite some time probably to fully repair that. They have collected some more wood from the nearby broken forest trees and things that they have found and gathered up. So they're able to restock the furnace with firewood and get the airship back up into the air. Without help, it is probably going to be a little bit slower. Probably not more so slower because the air feature, the propeller, is still working just fine. It's just the actual balloon itself doesn't get quite as hot of a temperature. So it probably won't elevate the airship quite as much. You should make it to Neverwinter. Probably be... Actually, you're relatively close. You're at the base of this... I guess I can try to shift ping it for you guys. You're at the base of this mountainous area right here. Just heading down towards Neverwinter. So it only takes about a day, if that. Of travel on this airship. Probably a little bit less. And probably about sundown, sunset is probably when you guys will arrive.
Do you think Daggerford would have the teleportation circles?
I can certainly ask once I locate my contacts in Neverwinter.
Okay.
Did he give you a map, Molfin, of the circles?
We talked about a map. I don't think I have a physical map though.
Okay, let me double check something really quick because he would have showed you the map so you would remember where there were teleportation circles. Let me double check. I've got it right here. And there is not one in Daggerford, but there is one in Waterdeep.
Okay.
So the two on the east coast are basically Neverwinter in the north and Waterdeep more towards the south. But Waterdeep gets you, I think, closer to Daggerford.
Yeah, that's the... Waterdeep is... You pass Nightstone and then you're at Daggerford.
Yeah, about 100 miles. They're down south on the high road. Yeah, near Nightstone where this whole mess started.
Oh, it's come full circle.
Yep.
Where Diana brought this trouble to us from.
So go ahead, everybody make perception checks for me as you guys are approaching Neverwinter.
How long is travel? Sorry.
It's travels. It'll take you probably till sunset to make it there.
Okay.
The air is cold.
Would that
and
be
brisk.
construed as a long rest for us, or a short rest? Any sort of rest?
Yeah. You could count this as a long rest if you'd like. It'd probably take you about that amount of time.
Awesome. Full hit points.
Do temporary hit points go away after a long rest?
I think they do.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the bits. Sanity stinks. We appreciate that.
Hooray!
And
Diana's going crazy quick.
this is not hard for you guys to discover. So basically everybody sees this because it's almost impossible to miss. As you guys are approaching, Ashlyn and Lachlan are the first to see it. But
Ahoy.
floating high above Neverwinter on a cloud is a large castle in the sky.
Can we start singing "There is a castle on a cloud" like we planned to do?
There's our musical portion. Go ahead, bust into song.
Where's our bard?
Mhm.
Is this castle familiar looking?
Yeah.
Have we seen this particular castle before?
You have not.
Okay.
Oh,
So it's not a tower, a familiar little tower.
It's not a little tower. There's actually several towers that you can see with walls with battlements on the top. It looks like a larger
Isn't that
castle that's on top of a cloud.
Molfin would like to use his Countess Sansarai GPS.
Oh, you've got that sense the whole time. Like, it never turns off.
Right. Is it in front of me over Neverwinter?
It is not, but it has started to move. And it is moving more to the west, like in your direction. But it's not the one that's above Neverwinter.
Interesting. Oh, that is not the Countess we are seeking in front of us, but it is definitely not our friend either.
how do we know
so-
it's not our friend? It could be
He
a
had
foe.
he had one tower, so unless he has
So,
invaded and taken over somebody else's home,
you don't know
Or
if they're
simply
friendly or not.
Renovated.
They could be friendly, like the foe of our enemy.
I don't know.
Ashlyn, do you even know what foe means?
For, against, you, everyone. Is it an acronym?
Suffice to say, there is a castle on a cloud. I am not quite sure I would like to go there in my sleep.
It's basically this castle is silhouetted on the sky because you can see the pinks and orange and purple blends of the sunset on the horizon.
Well, looks pretty.
It does look pretty. Below, you don't sense that there is any danger below. Like it doesn't seem as if it's kind of just floating there. It doesn't seem to be interacting that with the city at all.
How far away? How far down is it?
It's actually higher than what you guys are currently floating at. It's pretty high up. But it's easy enough to tell that people from the city can probably tell it's above the city.
Okay.
Does it appear to be like bombarding anything, or is it just kind of floating peacefully?
Nope. No sign of any bombardment. Just kind of floating there.
How far away is it?
You guys, I would say you were not really close to it just yet. I was just kind of, you would have to get closer in order to kind of determine. You're pretty far away, a couple miles probably from getting towards the city. I just wanted you guys to realize that was floating there, and I didn't know if you guys wanted to approach any closer, or I'm kind of going to leave that up to you.
I personally would rather get into Neverwinter, find a contact, and see about going to. I believe it was the Shadowfell she resides. Her lair resides in.
Or we could see what this mysterious castle on a cloud is.
we don't have time?
Okay, we don't
But
have
Ashlyn,
time.
what if you are forced to sweep floors?
I did a lot of that in the monastery.
Yes, but well, at least the last time most of us were on a cloud, there were no floors to sweep.
Yeah, not in a castle on a cloud. Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Let us see about getting to the Shadowfell and dealing with this Cruella.
Okay.
If we can find the gemstones. Yes, sorry. If we can find the gemstones, we can resolve Diana's issue.
Delphine kind of looks at you guys and she's like, I think it would probably be wise for us to begin to set down here and have you guys walk the rest of the way. I don't know what Neverwinter's defenses would do to an approaching airship right now without, proper clearance. Especially with that thing looming over the city as well.
That is fair.
Okay. So Delphine ends up beginning to kind of descend down and land the airship a few miles outside of the city. Dorn and Brock especially doesn't seem too excited to come along with you guys. Lachlan, I'm just going to be honest. This has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the Weevil. I'm not sure why I'm still here.
Brock, you're an integral part of what we're doing here.
I hurt really bad, Lachlan.
Yeah, you took quite a hit there. It was impressive. You're a sturdy guy there, Brock.
I was doing literally nothing to those guys back there.
Well, we all contribute in our different ways.
Oh, he just gets frustrated and just walks off. You hear him kind of mumbling, gnomes.
I'm amazed he's still with us, guys.
And Diana Dorn walks up to you and just we need to be very careful.
Here or in general?
If we're stepping into the Shadowfell, we need to be cautious.
Yes.
And we don't even know where we're going.
True. Well, we know that we're going to her lair, to her cave. We've been in the Shadowfell before. I think it's like you just, know where you're going, and you just a path appears. I don't know. We had a friend who had a crow who was guiding us.
Do you think the crow's still there?
I hope. I hope that'd be nice. Well, maybe not actually.
Either way, we should proceed with extreme caution.
Yes. We will. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Not you, Ashley. I'm sorry. I love you. I'm glad that you're okay.
Okay.
Dorn just looks at Ashlyn and then looks back at you, confused. I'm fine. I just make an insight check.
Insight check.
Tomorrow.
Hey, watch them live. The way that I roll for insight, I should just have disadvantage on it because
Oh wow.
that is a good roll.
Yeah, he's not fine. He's hiding something.
Dorn, what is it? You can tell me.
Especially since you're really bad at lying.
He's pretty bad, yeah. And
It's honorable people, but it's not come easy to us.
he looks at you and he's like, that thing he found.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it before.
Yes.
Or one like it. She might be coming for it. Too.
For the... Go ahead.
The next.
No. What we have in Daggerford.
Oh my. Well, I mean, I have no idea what you have in Daggerford. Is it that powerful? Why is it that important?
He asks Lachlan, he looks over at Lachlan, can I see that?
Seeing if anyone's gonna stop me before I hand it over.
Oh,
What are you handing over?
the necklace.
The necklace.
With the...
Molfen
Lachlan had
is no, he's talking about the one that Lachlan picked up off the ground.
He's holding that necklace up, and it's kind of like you can see his face behind it as it's kind of a blurred, and then it comes into focus as you're all looking at it, and he says, "We have a piece of this."
The eye? The necklace?
We have a hand.
Like a
hand? Somebody's hand?
Oh, we dealt with the hand. Remember them?
Yes, I
Is
believe
this
we
a
would
real
have dropped
eye?
it in Yata.
Different hand.
Oh yeah, what a
Is
job
this
it
a
was.
real
Maybe Dexter.
hand and a real eye ball?
So
Okay.
you believe that this Kruella the Black is going to be coming for either... Well, which do you believe she is coming for first? The dagger that we are in possession of? Or do you think she would attack your temple, as she has already been proven she cannot defeat us?
We've got very powerful protection magic in the chamber.
The Chamber of Secrets?
Don't think she could find it without some serious help. But perhaps she might be going for whatever's the easiest. Scoop up first. Perhaps I can feel that she misjudged you all.
If that's the case, Daggerford is the last place we should be right now when we're in possession of that dagger.
Oh, that's
She's
true.
going to come back in 5 days within 5 feet of that thing, and we're so coincidentally in Daggerford, where the place where she needs to
No.
find that item,
No,
we're not
she-
going to
He,
Daggerford.
he points
2
back.
days.
He points back at Molfen and says, "No, she will not respawn next to that dagger because that dagger is not the phylactery. That dagger is the key."
So she'll respawn at her phylactery in the Shadowfell
So then we go to the Shadowfell.
and
It's-
destroy it before she
No.
appears. And is it 5 days or 2? I thought it was 2.
I thought it was 5. Maybe I don't remember. Christy doesn't remember.
Technically, it's
I
one.
don't
Technically, it's 1d10. So you don't know.
Oh,
Oh, I thought. Why do I remember 5 being said? I don't know.
Mm,
I thought I remember.
I
hearing
thought-
two.
mm.
what's the dagger
Here-
key to again?
Well, here is the question. This hand you speak of, is it powerful enough to destroy her phylactery?
Is it a real hand?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
It is a grotesque, mummified hand
That's what
Ugh.
I thought.
of absolute evil.
Molfin's eyes go wide.
We are not.
I want
Must
perception checks if you're saying that.
Oh, dang it! If I had advantage.
Whose hand is it?
Whose hand?
Yeah.
I'm just seeing whether or not I can hide Molfin's.
I have a passive
Diana-
of 17. I see it.
I'm passive.
You would both literally just see Molfin's eyes. That look on someone's face when you can see the wheels turning.
Listen, you little lich baby.
What, Kruella?
She's in
So
your
whose
house.
hand is
Diana, what are you talking about? I don't see her here.
Why is the hand so powerful and who does it belong to?
I don't know other than the fact that my research has led me to the name the Whispered One.
Okay.
So this is not a commonly known deity. I mean, I'm assuming it's a deity if it has a holy symbol.
It was taken from a mysterious temple.
What was the temple like?
Absolutely awful.
Ooh.
And then there's screaming in the background.
And
Wow,
it
that
sounded much like that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
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 Oh.
That was perfectly timed.
It was.
Yeah.
It was the kind of place where you hear nothing but constant whispers in your mind, beckoning you to do evil things.
Where's the temple?
It was a little to the east of Longsaddle, buried deep within the Cerbran Hills.
Is that where Lachlan found, or not Lachlan? Zulklin found the dagger.
Same guy.
Same guy.
Um,
Because we know that he found it in a ruins, right?
Ruins, yeah.
he did find it in ruins. It was somewhere in the Desert Valley, but I don't know. Did Kella give you guys the full information about that? Did she tell you all
I
that?
mean,
or just...
Callista grilled her, and I remembered that much.
It could.
I
It could have been about the same place.
Oh, this is so much worse. This is so much worse.
Do you have any nails left to chew on this episode, Ross?
Probably not.
None! Can we face Vecna when we're like level 20?
Are we on the ground yet?
Oh yeah. You've been on the ground.
That's okay. So I'm assuming we're most of the way towards Neverwinter then already.
Yeah, if you guys were kind of having this conversation and
Yeah.
so you guys you pretty much make it to Neverwinter. There's a little bit of a gate on this side of the town. Neverwinter is a pretty large city, but as you guys approach, it's a very well-guarded stone wall that kind of surrounds the whole entire city. There's an interesting area of this city where it's completely barren of a lot of homes and structures. And most of you know because of the story about Mount Hotenow erupting about a century ago. Molfin, you were definitely, if anybody was over 100 years old, you would know because you would have been alive and knew that this had happened. I think Molfin might be the only one. But Molfin, you knew that when Mount Hotenow erupted, it destroyed most of Neverwinter. And it's made this split in the center of the city, and they've kind of covered it up, this crevice, with some magical powers that kind of sustain some of the creatures that were crawling up out of the ground of this place and infecting the city a little bit. And you can see that recently it's starting to come back. People are moving in. Buildings and structures have been rebuilt. And commerce is the economy has picked up. Things are looking a lot better for Neverwinter now. Now it seems like a lot of the people, as you approach Neverwinter, the guards are on edge as you approach. They kind of give you a little bit of a kind of like once over as you guys are entering, kind of like a quick check just to see, why they kind of start to ask you some questions about why you're here and things, but really just kind of move you on as they're focused more on this shadow looming above them, this cloud castle that's in the sky. There's a lot of people whispering in the streets, kind of pointing up at this thing, like nobody's really sure what's going on. A lot of people have hunkered down in their homes and apartment complexes and things like that, to try to stay out of the city streets while this is going on. And you guys are just making your way. The streets aren't as busy as you normally would feel like a big city would be, just because of this occurrence. But it's free reign for you guys, adventurers. You can choose to do what you'd like here in Neverwinter.
And in Neverwinter, would Molfin know where to go in Neverwinter to meet with the Harpers?
Yeah.
Would Crone have told him?
There is a 3-story row house near the dock district of Neverwinter that is kind of, it looks like he had mentioned that it's kind of a rundown place because most of the Harper's agencies and things that they work out of, they try to be very inconspicuous and not draw attention to themselves. You're not going to see a bunch of like Harper's logos on the side of the buildings and things like that. They're definitely as under the radar as they possibly can be.
Molfin should look at the group. Well, I know I must go to meet with my contacts to see if they can get us to the Shadowfell quickly. Perhaps we should find lodging for the evening, unless you all wish to travel with me to them.
I'll also have... I'm gonna look around for some contacts of my own.
I don't have any contacts. I'll look for places to sleep for the evening.
Well, I assume we should find one
Out of
together.
character, because he's not here, does Anastasius have any contacts here?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he would know.
Anastasius would.
Okay, so he would also go look as well.
Okay.
I'm not going to role play that, but we can say he goes off on his own for a little bit and does his thing.
Yeah,
and
that's fine.
Whatever you think he can get, he gets.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Lachlan and Diana, what are your plans? As it seems like Ashlyn, Callista, and Molfin and Anastasius all seem to be kind of splitting up, doing their own thing.
I was gonna follow Molfin to where, because he's going to go find the Harpers, right? Can I be invited?
Diana's asking nicely if she can come.
Aww.
But of course, my dear, you and, well, old man, welcome to join us. Well, actually, you're probably a good 200 years younger than me, so
Yes.
you and the child are welcome to join me.
I believe it's rather rude to call anyone old to begin with.
Dorn kind of bows a little bit towards you, Molfin. He's like, I do appreciate the invitation. I will travel with you. And Brock looks towards Callista. It's like, hey, can I go with you?
Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with you. Yeah, gotcha. And he just hurries up and follows along with you, Callista. Lachlan, what would you be doing?
I'd want to go try to find some contacts as well and figure out if anybody's heard anything about that the castle.
Okay.
I'll go with
Specifically,
Lachlan,
so I'm
actually.
looking-
Okay, excellent.
Split the party.
Split the party. Everybody going their own way. That's good.
Few days. I think we just need to decompress for a minute.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll start with Molfin. So go ahead and make a survival check for me.
Okay. This is going to be fun. How long do I wander the sea with my +1?
Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to go to Lachlan. No, never mind.
Oh no, Lachlan's a piece of pizza.
Diana, hurry up, let's this way.
Molfin rolled so low he turned Lachlan into a piece of pizza.
Dinner.
So Molfin, it takes you forever to find the dock district. You end up in a cemetery for a while. You end up
Any bones laying around?
not lying around. they're about 6 feet under.
Don't go digging up graves, goddammit.
Do you have a shovel or something?
You're not there. You're not there.
That's Christian, Matthew, don't do that.
It is about 2 o'clock in the morning. By the
Wow.
time you find what you believe to be the row house that you've been looking for, somewhere on the second story, on the second story you can see through the window at the top. It looks like some flickering light, just dancing out of the windows of this place.
Diana, I believe that we have arrived at the destination.
Excellent.
Dorn's like, well, it took us quite a while.
The instructions I was given to travel here were quite specific in order to show my allegiance.
He has dementia.
Dorn looks at Diana when she says that and is kind of like, oh, right. Oh, it's and he pats Molfin on the shoulder and he's like, it is okay. We will overcome together.
Diana is just tickled pink.
Molfin's just gonna sort of shake his head and walk in.
Your video froze on me, so you just got this like very stern face when I said that. I was like, oh no, did I make Matthew mad?
No, roll 20. I hit the wrong button and reloaded roll 20.
Froze on you.
Agree with me.
All right. So you approach the door of this place. It's closed. Just a simple wooden door. It looks like just
Swing it right over.
excuse me. You're gonna swing it right open.
Yep.
Okay. It creaks.
Well, actually, sort of pop the collar of my my robes open a little bit, so that the lapel pin I wear inside is now showing out.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds great. I'm trying to refresh this because I can't stand you staring at me like that, Matthew. I can't.
Yeah, I'll be back in. The page is just loading up.
I can't do D&D that way. Yeah, Sandy Stinks, thank you so much for gifting the sub. We got a sub gifted. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
I gifted subs a lot last night too.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate it. So yeah, you guys, you enter with your pin showing. You hear that creaking of the door as it opens before you, and you hear calling from upstairs. You hear a female voice call down. Hello.
Well, I suppose I should say good evening or good morning, depending on your preference. The hour groweth late, but...
And you see a head kind of peek out from... There's a simple staircase that kind of comes down, and it doesn't have like the wood backing on the staircase. It's kind of one of those open staircases, and it leads to the second story. The first floor that you guys are on has a bunch of old dusty boats and things just thrown all over the place, oars and just all kinds of sort of ship, dock-oriented things, ropes hanging on the wall, netting, fishing equipment, things of that nature. And you see this blonde-haired woman kind of just peek out down the steps. Excuse me, guys. And
You're okay.
she has...
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I just got something caught in there. All this excitement's got me choked up. Walking through Neverwinter for 4 hours. So she kind of peeks out, and you can see that she has a type of a wand, and the wand is glowing, and it's casting this light down the steps. And she's looking towards you as you guys are now cascaded in this light. And and she looks and she notices your pin. Oh, well, welcome. What, Sandice. What's your name?
Molfin. Molfin Zodig Everiders Woodspittle Greenies, at your service.
It's quite a lot to take in. Molfin, it's nice to meet you. And
I apologize for the lateness of my arrival. I had 2 younglings with me that could be difficult to wrangle at points.
She walks down the steps. You can hear the steps creaking as she approaches, and she holds out her hand to shake yours, kind of excitedly. You can see she's just a what appears to be a human woman. Obviously knows some spells because she has the light cantrip obviously casted upon this wand that she holds. And your name, dear? She looks towards Diana.
I'm Diana.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too. And she holds out her hand to you.
Oh, nice. I shake her hand.
Okay. Dorn it is. Dorn Embercrown. And he shakes the hand of Sandice as well. How can I aid you, Molfin?
I am hoping you can. Well, I suppose I'll say a friend of ours, whether you have met him in person or not, advised me that there was a teleportation circle here. We have run into a rather large problem and are in need of finding a way to the Shadowfell.
Oh, the Shadowfell.
By the morrow.
Well, the teleportation circles don't take you to the Shadowfell. You need to find some kind of shadow weave or something. You sometimes can. Sometimes they just dwell in dark areas. Sometimes they can be easy to find. Sometimes rather complicated.
Do you know of anyone within the city who has the ability to move people from one plane to another? We have coin if it is an issue of payment if it is a service that somebody offers.
She smiles a little bit and she looks at you and she says, I could try.
It would be appreciated greatly, as it is apparent we are being hunted by something, and what we need to deal with this entity is located in the Shadowfell.
Oh, I see. What is hunting you?
I quietly go to Molfin. I'm like, Molfin, shh.
Molfin sort of looks over his head. Well, let us just say some of my choices have left us in an interesting situation.
Mine as well.
Well, fair enough.
And all the radiant energy we have been able to pull has not been able to resolve this issue as of yet.
Okay, well, I'm being totally not myself tonight. I'm sorry. It's just very late. Would you like to come up for a cup of tea?
Oh, I would be honored to.
Diana, Dorn, please.
Tea.
You guys head upstairs, following her, and you can see that upstairs there is a desk, and there's a bunch of these varying size tables all around. There are books everywhere, mostly opened, and also this room is surrounded in candles, which is what was letting the glow come out from the second story of this row house. Candles all around the room, all these books lying everywhere. She seems like she is very into her study and seems to be, from what you're glancing at, Molfin, not a very lazy wizard at all.
As we get up there, Molfin will start as he's looking around at the different books and seeing what's in the room. Have you heard anything about the castle overhead?
No, it just showed up today. Got the city in quite a panic. I'm kind of got two purposes here. I'm watching over the teleportation circle upstairs. And she just shifts her head up towards, it looks like there's a pull-down ladder, like you would have in, like, a storage area. And, well, my second purpose is this research and to get myself ready. I have some important business to take care of, but the higher-ups just don't feel like I'm quite ready for it yet.
Does it involve the situation with the giants, or?
We're not sure. And hey, thank you so much for the host. We appreciate that, Amelia Kella. You go ahead and make a perception check, Molfin. And Diana, if you'd like to make a perception check too, you can.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Not bad.
Come on, roll 20, love me.
No more.
I want my new computer.
The screen went dark
New
again.
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's loading everything again.
Oh no.
Oh, Diana, you noticed a lot of the books. You're checking them out. And you also noticed this too, Molfin. That logo that was on that broken tower for the Arcane Brotherhood is on a few of these books.
Huh. So, seeing that, Wolfin's gonna look at her. Your reading material. It seems to be of interest to me.
Oh, it does. You've heard of the Arcane Brotherhood before?
Yes. Suffice to say, I have recently visited a former location of theirs.
Oh, where
Oh, yeah.
where was it?
A tower. Well, the remnants of a tower.
Hmm.
About a day's travel northeast of Neverwinter.
Yeah, they tried to establish other residences. A lot of them never took hold. They only have one place that we know of right now, which is, part of my mission. We need someone on the inside.
So you're trying to become a member to spy for the Harpers?
Ha! You've got it, Diana. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
I look at Molfin, very concerned.
Molfin just sort of glances over at Diana and looks back at this young blonde human whose name completely went out of Matt's head.
it's Sandice.
Sandice. I'm gonna write that down this time so I'm not brain dead.
Sandyse.
As Molfin looks at Sandice and says, see what you can do to find us travel to the Shadowfell. If so, I may be able to come back to you with something that would gain you immediate approval and entry to your sought connection.
Really? You could do that?
I have knowledge of something that they are looking for.
Huh.
I know where it is, I just need a way to get there.
Oh. Well, great. Yes, I'm sure there's something in here that can help me. And she starts, like, flipping pages and moving books out of the way. And
But I do not mean to rush you, Sandice, but this is somewhat tied to our current situation. Time is of the utmost essence.
Yeah, absolutely. And she kind of hurriedly starts again. As she's doing that, and you guys are in that second story, we'll go to Lachlan. Lachlan is making his way around Neverwinter, I believe. What exactly?
Did Ashlyn come with me? Or?
Ashlyn did come with you?
Ashlyn came
Okay,
with-
so
yeah.
Lachlan and Ashlyn together moving through the city. It is not 2 o'clock in the morning yet. We're gonna backtrack time a little bit because of that.
First time skip.
Yep, because of that nat 1 that he rolled to find the place. So what exactly are you looking for, Lachlan, as you were headed through the city? All of a sudden, Ashlyn just punches you.
Not again! I want to try to find a seedy-looking bar where there might be some of the full silver rings, see if they know anything, if they've heard of reports of this floating thing, where it came from, what direction, if it was over any other cities. I want to try to gather like what people have collected.
You do find a place called the Broken Barrel. And
Barrel.
as you enter, you actually recognize one of the people sitting at the bar.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a little bit of both.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Do you remember the guy you freed in Bryn Shander?
Yes!
I think it was Brantley.
Yeah.
Was his name Brantley?
Yeah, that sounds
I
about...
think that was his name. I don't have it written down, but I think that's what his name was, or it was something like that.
Yeah.
He's sitting at the bar. And he's having himself an ale, and he looks like he's having a good time.
I would walk right up to him.
Okay. He looks at you and he starts smiling. He's like, what? Oh, Lachlan.
Glad you remembered.
Oh, how could I forget? Ugh. You
I am here. Your hero.
So you made it out. You made it out of Bryn Shander.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a tight one, but we figured it out. Looks like you did as well.
Oh yeah. It was a piece of cake. That stunt you pulled, it was perfect. It was great.
I don't want to brag, but
Well, I went to Daggerford afterward, and I told the snail all about it. He is so excited. He wants to meet you, Lachlan. I think he said something about a promotion.
Wow, good
Really?
job, Lachlan.
Yeah, he was,
Ashlyn, how about that? You're around a big shot now.
it's even better. You know what he was saying? He told me that if I came across you to let you know, I think he wants to make you the new leader of the Seven Snakes.
I don't know what that means, but that sounds pretty important.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you hear? Like Zolkin went absolutely nuts.
I heard that things didn't go well for Zolkin. Yeah.
Wait.
I heard he crossed.
Yeah,
Wait, you would be taking over the place of Zolkin?
The snail was just telling me how much he needed someone like you that could help get
I punch Lachlan
work.
in the face.
You punched Lachlan in the face.
That's my goal!
This guy Brantley just like sits back in his stool all of a sudden. He's like, "Whoa, what was that?"
Don't worry, this happens all the time.
You take 7 points of damage.
Well, just talking to a friend here, Ashlyn.
Lachlan!
You hear the bartenders like, yeah, everybody stops, and there's a lot of people going, oh. Some people are like starting to watch, like a bar fight's about ready to break out, and the bartender's like, hey, take it outside.
No, we're fine. We do this all the time. But really, Lachlan?
That's what the last people said.
I'll stop.
Flip him a gold coin.
Let him go. Oh, he grabs it. Carry on.
Yeah, so, Ashlyn, the Seven Snakes aren't all that bad. It's this whole other thing. Zolkin was a real bad apple, but, I want to tell Brantley, Zolkin crossed the wrong people, and now he's not really anything to worry about anymore.
He's not anything to worry about anymore.
I think he got in over his head. He messed with the wrong crowd.
I'd be more afraid of her. And he points to Ashlyn. That was a pretty nasty jab you just took.
She was going light. You should see her when she doesn't like somebody.
Gosh. he kind of smiles at Ashlyn and just, I'm gonna stay on her good side.
Probably for the best. So the snail though, the snail says it sounds like I could pay that guy a visit.
Yeah, he said that you need to go talk to him because he has opportunities.
Opportunities. I like opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
The Weevil. Have you heard anything on the Weevil front?
You know, it's nobody's got him.
Yeah, still on the run.
The snail's still looking for him. The snail originally was thinking that maybe he would be a good replacement for Zulkin, but after I told him about what you did in Bryn Shander, he was just super ecstatic.
Yeah, I think there's some leadership in my future. This is good.
We're so ecstatic for you, Lachlan. I'm just can't wait to really talk it over with you.
Oh my god, Ashlyn! I love her so much.
I'm pale.
A little bit of blood running out his nose.
So many
Anyway,
great opportunities for you, Lachlan. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ask about the castle and the cloud, and you stand here and you do your business before I hit you again, okay?
Brantley, I think we're anything else in your it's been good running into you.
Oh yeah. It's great to meet you again, Lachlan. Actually, you know what? I think I might actually be as lucky because with Zulkin going crazy, a few of the members stuck with him, but some of the other members kind of just fell off the face of Toro. He's basically putting together a new 7 snakes. He said that maybe I could work under you.
I think you have to test out your fighting skills, but I think that
Exactly what we need.
yeah, we go back. I know this other guy,
so
Brock.
happy.
He's in one too.
Oh, you know some guy named Brock?
Yeah, he's a sturdy fella.
Well, there we go. I mean, with you and us, I mean, we're halfway there almost. I mean, that's great.
I'm feeling it. I think
I
there's a lot of potential.
I'm sure the snail will be appreciative of you bringing your own guys,
Yeah.
That way
exactly.
it's one less thing he's got to do,
Yeah, less recruiting for him to do. This is gonna work. I'll be in touch, Brantley.
Oh, you got it. Oh, and he wanted me to give you this. And he hands you a box.
Open the box, Lachlan. I want to see what's inside.
Box, huh? Any idea what it is? Shake it a little.
I think it's part of your promotion.
You're first.
I want to kind of slip the box into my
No.
my clothes and my cloaks.
Can I sleight of hand it away from him or something?
You can try. It will be with disadvantage because he's currently holding on to it. It's like you kind of just. What's your passive perception, Lachlan?
I think my passive is 14.
Oh, it is 14.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would. You tried to he's holding it, and all of a sudden, Ashlyn's hand just grabs the other side.
So what is this, Lachlan? That your new promotion for being part of the 7 snakes that I'm so going to tell Callista about?
No, you can't tell Callista. You can't tell her. Please, Ashlyn, please don't. You can't tell her. You can't tell her.
I wish I was a bard because I give you inspiration.
If Callista finds out,
She's gonna eat you. As a bear.
yeah, that will happen.
Remember that time I just punched you? She's gonna do that repeatedly to your face till you're in the ground.
Yeah, maybe I'll wish I still stuck to that chest.
So open the box for me right now, so I make sure it's nothing.
Let's get
Nothing
out of this
dangerous.
bar and then we'll check it out where it's a little more private.
Okay.
Okay.
You
As
try to run away from me, I'm gonna punch you again.
Would I do such a thing?
Yeah.
so you guys end up leaving the Broken Barrel.
Yeah.
Brantley seemed to be super excited to see you, Lachlan, and he wishes you well. He buys you an ale.
back for you,
He
buddy.
buys you both an ale before you leave.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
To enjoy.
This is swell coming from you. Wow.
You're welcome, Ashlyn.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
nice to meet you. It's yeah.
If you have a position in the Seven Stinks for female, maybe you need someone to look after Lachlan.
That might be a good idea. Would you?
You'd be
Yeah.
a great snake, Ashlyn. That'd be
Yeah. You think you'd be interested, Ashlyn?
I'll think about it.
Oh, that would be. I mean, we need somebody that can hit somebody like that.
Yeah.
Lachlan,
I mean,
I can do that.
I'm actually impressed that he still has all his teeth.
Me too. I've done it a few times, and yeah, okay.
I mean, this guy is awesome. He saved my life.
I did.
Did you really know?
I actually did, Ashlyn. It was pretty cool. It was,
You did? What? Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, now let's go. We gotta get some more info here, I think.
Yeah.
He kind of looks at you, Lachlan. He's like, "Well, Lachlan, I'm here if you need me."
I will be back, because I think we have big plans for you there, Brantley.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is so great. He sits back down. He orders himself another round and
Start training.
oh yes,
Yeah, apparently we'll be back.
right
Don't
away.
you
I'm
worry.
gonna practice my unarmed combat as well. I
You
think
do that.
I think if I get the right form, I can hit like she does.
You work on that really hard. And think of Lachlan when you do
Yeah. Okay.
it. Yeah.
Wait.
Think of punching your leader.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
That is.
Alright.
You want to usurp the leader.
Awesome.
How
As
do you mention that?
as you guys make your way back to the streets, we're gonna take it to Callista with Brock in tow. Callista, where exactly would you be trying to?
I'm looking for signs of the Emerald Enclave,
Okay.
or like maybe using stuff I've heard in the past 2 people that I've talked to. I don't have all my notes here, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Make a survival check for me.
Oh, okay.
You crit fell too, so I'm not the only one.
Yeah. It's a good possibility. Yeah, it's a possibility.
It takes you a little while, but eventually you find it's near where the Cloud Castle is hovering above the city. There is a brown curly-haired female, what looks to be knight, standing with a large sword sheathed over her back. And you can recognize the colors of the Emerald Enclave that she is wearing. It looks to be like she has, I believe it's called a squire, standing next to her,
Okay.
holding a lance that is green and white striped. And she is just staring up at this place and seems like in deep thought. But you notice the symbol of the Emerald Enclave. She's not hiding it.
Okay. I will put my symbol where it's visible on my cloak
Okay.
and approach her.
You kind of stand next to her, and she doesn't take her gaze off of the Cloud Castle. She's just staring up at it.
Excuse me.
She continues looking up, and she's like, "Yes?"
You're with the Enclave, right?
She looks right over at you. Notices your symbol. Yes.
I was hoping I'd find someone like you.
The name's Ani.
Ani. Callista.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
She looks back up at the Cloud Castle.
Have you heard anything about what's going on with that?
It just showed up today. I don't know what they want. And I've heard through my contacts that these things have been dropping boulders everywhere in the north. Just think they might be waiting for the right moment.
What time did they get here?
A little before sundown.
Wow. Normally, I'd be jumping on the opportunity to help you for this moment, but I have something more pressing, and I was hoping I could ask you for some aid if you have the resources for it.
She looks back at you from the cloud castle and, sure. How can I help?
Well, I'm looking for a means to get to the Shadowfell, and I haven't the slightest clue where to start.
You want to go to that dark, wretched place?
I wouldn't say want is a strong word. It's more like I need to go.
Right. I know a way.
You do?
I do.
How?
The dark places in the cemetery. We can find our way there.
Interesting. Is it something that happens instantly? Is it like a portal or something?
It's a little different than a portal. It's almost as if you stumble into it. You don't really ever... It's an interesting situation until you start to grasp your perception as you look around. Until the surroundings change, you don't even notice that you've shifted.
You've been there.
Accidentally, a few times. When you're in the business of what we do,
Right.
sometimes your destinations take you into places you never intended to go in the first place.
Tell me about it. Reaching to the freaking choir girl. Ugh. I understand you far better than I think anyone else would.
Well, I've seen a lot. Some I wish I could forget. I just hope they don't stop dropping boulders on this city. She looks back up.
I know it's a lot to ask. And you leading me and my companions there would be more than enough, but I do have to ask, since you've experienced it before, would you be willing to come with me?
Make a persuasion check.
Do I have an inspiration from last time?
You do?
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Who has the nat 20?
I don't
That's
know.
what we were just trying to figure out a little earlier, knowing to remember it's not
I
on
don't really
the.
know what.
Oh, yeah, we don't have it up on the Twitch, huh? I think,
I'm
wasn't
like
it
90,
Molfin from last time?
I was
Or was it
99%
Diana?
it was Lachlan.
It was Lachlan.
It was Lachlan, I think.
What did we give? What did we give?
I thought I had it the session before, and then I used
You
it.
Yeah,
used
you
it.
had it the session
Yeah,
before.
maybe we didn't pick one.
Twitch chat, if you remember, let us know.
Yeah, Twitch chat. If you remember who had the nat 20 for this week, we are slackers.
Except Wilson for throwing Lich Lady into lava.
Oh yeah,
I
think it was.
I thought it
Wolfen.
was Molfin for throwing the Lich Lady in the lava. That's hard. That's hard to say.
That sounds about right.
Lava leaping Lich Lady. I don't know what that means. Persuasion check. And
It wasn't good.
It wasn't too good. She looks back up at the cloud castle and she looks back at you and she says, I can get you there, but I think I need to be here just in case.
I figured as much. I figured it was worth asking, though.
And so there are others?
There are.
How long do you think it would take you to assemble them?
Do you need time?
Well, it has the bridge that I know of is only open at night. So if you want to go now, we need to go soon.
All right. I can probably get them within the hour or two.
Okay. Meet me at the main gate of the cemetery in about that time.
Let's make it 3 because there's a few other factors.
Okay. Don't take much longer than that, though.
Okay,
Or
I appreciate it.
we'll have to try again tomorrow night.
Tomorrow, right?
Mhm.
Well, that's the worst case scenario.
Mhm.
But I am under haste, and I think the sooner we get back here, it might behoove us to do it quickly anyway.
Okay. I'll meet you there.
And I kind of turn and grab Brock by the arm and just, let's go.
He's like, "Ah!" As you drag him away.
Yeah.
All right. At this point, we're going to go ahead and take our break for the evening. So I wanted to say to everybody at Twitch chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This is Storm King's Thunder, episode 58. And we're just so thrilled that you're here. We're going to take a 5 to 7 minute break, and we will be back really soon. So stick with us. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Bye.
It's not a pizza, a quesadilla.
Pizza sounds
Oh,
good.
it's a case of DJ.
So everybody wants pizza and quesadillas, folks. That's exactly how we're gonna come back on live.
Alright.
Well, you guys are making me hungry. Welcome back, everybody, to Storm King's Thunder, episode 58, right here at Proficiency Bonus on Twitch. My name is Michael, your humble and merciful dungeon master, and currently our party is in the city of Neverwinter, exploring, getting information from their contacts so they can get to the Shadowfell in search of Kruella the Black's lair to find other items, and thank you for the bits. Who was that? Victoria.
Pizza.
Victoria, 100 bits for pizza. I agree.
Thank
I like Pizza Hut stuffed crust. All right, cool. So we just got done with a little one. Callista has found information from the member of the Emerald Enclave who said that she can get you to the Shadowfell. Callista, that did not take as long of time as Mulfin trying to find where he was going. Lachlan and Ashlyn, that did not also, what you just did not take as long as Mulfin and Diana and Dorn.
We get the point. Nothing took as long as Wolfen wandered the city.
Exactly. Lachlan, you're standing outside. Ashlyn continues to bug you about, hey, thank you for the bits. We appreciate it.
Sanity.
And thank you, everybody. You have fully funded Zolkin's funeral expenses. Thank you. We can finally.
You guys are
Diana greatly appreciates the time you have taken to assist in the cremation of her former beau's remains.
I could have done it for free. Just saying.
The eulogy at his funeral. The eulogy is Zolkin, suck balls. I'm glad you're gone.
Well, once again, thank you, Twitch viewers, for all your support. We do appreciate that. So, Lachlan, you have that box.
Yeah, let's duck into an alley and take a look at it.
Okay.
All right. It's a simple black box, and it opens at the top. You can just take the top off of the box. It's longer. It's more rectangular in shape. It's longer than it is kind of thick. But as you open up the box, you can see there are a pair of very nice-looking black gloves that seem to have this embroidery of, it's kind of like black on black.
Yeah.
And they look, if basically when Spider-Man's costume turns black in the movie, that's what these gloves look like. They look like they have spider webs on them.
Oh, these are
Nice.
And they look like they're like really kind of like tight. They would fit like tightly on your hands and about go halfway up your wrists. Up your
that's
forearm.
classy.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to try them on.
Oh yeah, they fit really nice, Lachlan. You can, and you feel like your hands could pretty much stick to anything.
I want to try the wall
Oh yeah,
of like the
like
alley.
stuck there.
Another one?
Yay.
Yes, stuck.
Can I get them off or am I?
Yes, you can get them off. Yes.
Lachlan, that's awesome.
Lachlan
Can
has
I
the
talk to you like
worst
the wall?
reaction to inanimate objects. He's just.
Yeah,
Can
I'm
I
gonna see if I
toss
can
you
like
at the wall?
What's that?
Can I toss Lachlan at the wall and see if he sticks?
Yeah.
With Velcro.
Ashlyn, let's see how this goes. Go ahead and make an athletics check. As you toss Lachlan at the wall. Oh yeah, you toss him up. You probably could have done a little bit better. You think you kind of, your hand slipped a bit as you were tossing him off his leather armor,
Gotcha.
and he lands on the wall and he sticks there.
That's awesome.
How do I get down?
I pull on his leg to get him down.
Right, you yank him down.
Okay,
You're holding him in your hands.
here you go.
Great power comes great responsibility.
Yes.
There
Gotta be careful with those.
there were also, it's a black velvet pouch inside the box.
Open it.
Okay.
And as you open it, there are 7 silver rings.
Oh no. Oh no.
I want to pull it out and show Ashlyn.
And
I think I really.
they have a more stylized version of your logo on them to make them look a little bit more extravagant. And they've got, one of them actually is engraved with your name in a very flared font that goes around the bottom of the ring.
That's
The
pretty
5-year
classy, Lachlan.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna swap my ring out for the new one and try it on.
Oh yeah, it seems like this one that's got your name on it was just made for you, Lachlan.
Perfect fit. Must have measured my hand.
While you were sleeping somehow. That's
Yeah.
creepy.
That's kind of creepy, isn't it?
This
All
is
right.
a Torum, so creepy is their thing, I guess. Or
We're not
something, I
that
don't
creepy.
really
You know, I think we're
Yeah.
misunderstood, Ashley.
Okay.
That's
Well, now that I'm a Centaurum, give me a ring.
Are you prepared to be one of the 7 snakes, Ashlyn?
Sure. I don't know what that means.
Are you-
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Is Ashlyn accepting this
Yeah.
invitation
Are
from
you-
Lachlan? Or is Lachlan really offering this? Is this going to happen?
Oh yeah, if you're ready to join. We need the finest warriors in the land.
Sure.
All right,
I'm
Ashlyn,
into it.
you are now a level 1 rank Zentaurum,
Wow.
as
Welcome
you
to the
are
big leagues.
recruited by Lachlan.
Never tell Callista,
I won't.
because she'll start going after you too.
It'll be fine.
So
She'll get it.
you have a Zentaurum ring. Do you have
Okay.
one of the? Do you give her one of the 7 snakes rings, Lachlan?
Oh yeah,
Oh, so you got the
we need her in the
fancy.
snakes. She's
fancy-
she's not a normal class centaur. She's
Okay.
But your rank is just, it's still 1 because you have to accomplish missions within the Zentaurum to earn renown to and you're considered a Fang. That's what level 1 of Zentaurum is.
Okay.
And under Lachlan, he is your direct supervisor.
All right.
it'll be a fruitful venture.
Gotcha. I'll try not to punch you so much.
You know, it's sometimes it can't be helped.
Yeah. Gotta keep you in line, Lachlan. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna keep you in line.
I think this is going to be a new direction for the snakes. I think before, I think we want to make a new name for us as
Okay.
The redemption of the 7 snakes. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's the 3rd movie in the trilogy. That's so cool.
Exciting times.
I'm so excited. That was awesome.
Secret club.
All right. So the rest of you, Callista, are you going immediately to search for your friends in the city?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a survival check. As you're dragging Brock around the city, he's helping you, so I'll give you advantage.
Nice. Ooh.
Wow, Brock actually comes through.
His was
First
the
time for
16,
everything.
let's be fair.
Oh, I forgot. What happened to Kella? Is she with you guys?
No.
I was gonna ask that. I forgot
I
about it.
forgot all about her.
I would assume that we just left her with the airship.
Left her with the airship and
Because
the.
she's inconsolable. She's useless right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty much.
Sounds fair to me. All right, so eventually you guys stumble into. It's easier to find your friends now because of the emptiness of the streets. It's not as crowded. There are some people out and about, some drunkards out, just laying on the sidewalks and things of nature. But you also you end up running into Lachlan and Ashlyn as they are making their way down a city street.
There you are.
I wave with both gloved hands.
Yeah.
Nice gloves. Where'd you get them?
The market.
You didn't steal them, did you?
He
What?
did not
I
steal
steal
them,
something?
Lachlan.
but he literally has sticky fingers now. Literally.
What? What?
Watch. Ashlyn, you want to do it again?
Yeah, okay, I'll throw him against the wall. I'll use my advantage so it'll look.
All right, using advantage. Oh,
Oh no! I probably just go face first.
he hits the wall. Not as high as you did before, but he hits the wall. He sticks there. He's like stuck, like Spider-Man on a wall.
Yep. That's what he can do now. He's fancy.
Oh, okay. So you guys went shopping.
Yep.
Yeah, shopping.
I pull him down from the wall.
Well, while you were shopping, did you learn anything?
Did we learn any? No. Nothing.
Nothing special happened at all.
We don't know
Lachlan,
where
I
the
thought
card
you-
came from.
Okay, fine. Well, I found something, so at least someone did something.
Good.
Really?
She doesn't know where you are, Wolfen.
Would you
I don't
find
think Wolfen knows where Wolfen is at this
I
point.
don't remember. Good point. I think I've secured us a way to get to the Shadowfell tonight if we can find everybody and get there in time. But it's only an accessible route at night. So if we
Okay.
miss tonight, we have to wait till tomorrow night.
Alright, let's go
Where's
find
Gramps?
Wolfen and Diana.
That's what I was looking for. Isn't he? You haven't seen him?
No,
No, we've been busy shopping.
shopping.
Yeah.
For these gloves.
Can I insight them because they're being ridiculous right now? You're being obviously lying. Like,
You can insight, sure.
oh,
need to
you
set-
kids.
Yeah. You guys can roll your deceptions to see how she does.
No.
Oh yeah, she has insight bot there too. That's
I wouldn't really be
peering
actively
over.
deceiving. I kind of want to tell her. I just am procrastinating.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is typical Lachlan behavior. It's a little awkward for Ashlyn to be doing this, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the part that's throwing me off. Like, I expect it from Lachlan. Like, I don't normally insight Lachlan anyway because she just defaults. Like, when he's acting like this, he's probably hiding something. But for Ashlyn to be doing that, she's like, what?
Callista, it's okay. We were shopping.
Okay, what's going on?
So, Calista, you remember that elite unit of Zentarum that we met in Nightstone? That
Seven
Zulkin was in
snakes.
charge of?
Wouldn't call them elite, but sure.
Well, I'm kind of the leader of them now.
And I'm a member.
The bomb has just been dropped.
I'm sorry. Do you want to repeat that? I think I heard you wrong. What did you just say?
I was promoted, for my team.
Why?
Well,
Because they love him.
I did some things, and I think with Zulkin having gone crazy, I think they needed a new leader for that that unit, the Seven Snakes.
We
And,
talked it over, Callista, don't worry.
What exactly did you do in Bridgender?
Oh, I helped a guy escape from jail.
Uh-huh. You don't say.
Yeah.
We met him, he was nice actually.
Yeah, I know exactly who he's talking about.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't there.
I
I mean,
was.
he was an innocent guy, and it was
So because you saved him,
Hmm.
you've now been promoted. Who heard about that? Was he a leader?
No, but he's in contact with some, important people in my organization. Callista, this is a good thing. It's a good, I'm your conduit to this massive network of very capable people with a lot of information. I think that there's a bright side to this.
I elbow Lachlan and say, Callista, I got it. Kind of. A little. Sometimes.
Callista, you want to join the Seven Snakes?
Really? That's what you're gonna ask me?
Is that a no?
Here, I'm gonna throw him at the wall
I'm
again.
still wearing the Enclave. I'm not even hiding it right now.
Do you want me to throw him at the wall again?
Yeah, Callista, did they know that you were a member of a faction? Okay.
No one knew.
Yeah, she's got some kind of symbol that she's supporting.
Looks like you're taken.
Not
Yours is
support.
prettier.
I agree. Okay, we'll discuss this later. We have more pressing. I can't believe I'm saying this. We have more pressing issues than you becoming Venturum. Okay. Can you guys help me find Muffin?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
We're not done this conversation. But for now, we're tabling it.
Whoa, Callista just went full mom mode. That was like 150%.
This is true.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
She grabs them both by the ear and starts dragging them.
Let's go! Like by the collar, like she's always picking up Lachlan by the back. So. Let's go. Let's find your
so
Muffin.
So good. Callista, take a point of DM's inspiration, please.
Okay.
For having to deal with all this crap.
Like, you chose the best time to tell her that you've become Zentrum. Like, there's so much other more pressing matters going on.
So where are we going to find Muffin?
Yeah,
I'm going to cast Locate Object and see if that helps, and I'm just going to do the radar sonar thing.
It does help. Absolutely does. It leads you to the...
No, it actually doesn't.
Oh, wait, what? Why did... He's wearing the necklace.
Oh, no.
But I'm looking for an object, not him.
Do Callista.
Yeah, how does
Callista,
how does that item work? As far
Can I do
as
Locate Object to find...
is it any item that you're wearing, or...
No, it can be any item.
The
It helps me find any item. So I could, in theory, do Dorn or Diana if I knew that Diana was followed. Because she's like, can I come?
Sure. Locate...
Could I do Diana's...
Is Locate Object just kind of like a freebie spell for you, or does it take a...
No, it's concentration.
Does it take a spell slot?
Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
Okay.
So
What's the name of that necklace again?
Proof of
Amulet
detection against detection, or I can't
And
remember.
location.
Amulet of proof. Yeah, it's
Amulet.
some kind of long name. Proof against detection and location. That's it. Yeah.
Trying to see if it.
Because I know it's specifically against divination magic. Which
Against the wearer, though, but...
Yeah, it says, while wearing this
locate-
amulet, you are hidden from divination. You can't be targeted by such magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors.
Mhm.
I don't know how that would work for an item that's in my possession.
But we're not looking for you, we're looking for the dagger.
yeah,
No, I'm not looking for the dagger. I'm looking for Diana's gem.
you know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're like, okay. Well,
That
if you
would
cast it on Diana's gem, you would easily get a ping.
you
That's
go.
Yeah,
leading you.
I wouldn't
yeah.
put it on the dagger anyway. No.
Yeah.
No.
And honestly,
if I was going to choose an item of Malfin's,
Yeah.
it would be his staff, which is what she usually
Yeah.
does because it's his arcane focus.
And honestly, I think the way I'm going to rule it is since he's wearing that amulet, even the objects he's carrying, because I think that would be kind of
Yeah,
like an
that's
easy
fair.
out for that magic item.
For that spell, yeah, for
it,
sure.
it would
that
make
makes
it
total
would kind of
sense.
make that kind of worthless.
It's kind of like
'cause-
breaking the
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah. So
I
I'm
agree
gonna
with
rule that pretty much he against any divination
Any-
magic,
Yeah, for
he's off the radar. He's off the
I'm
map.
totally fine with that.
Cool. So you do get a ping, and eventually it leads you to Mulfin, who is kind of standing outside of a door by the docks, just chatting a little bit with Diana and Dorn, as they just stepped outside to get some fresh air. From watching this young woman kind of dig through her books and look through her research and see if she can discover some way to get them to the Shadowfell. And you guys see them kind of standing around, just kind of getting a breath of fresh air late at night. It's about 2:30 a.m.-ish.
Yes, Diana, I am certain if she
There
can get
you
us
are.
there with that. Yes.
Hello?
Hey.
Gramps.
Hi!
Okay, it doesn't matter. I think I've secured a way to get us to the Shadowfell.
Oh, that is wonderful. We will not have to wait for Sandees to see if she can.
No, we have very little time. It's just a short window. If we don't do it now, we're gonna have to wait till tomorrow night.
Muffin is
let's
just going to
go.
open the door
Okay.
and yell into the room, Sandees, I must leave. We think we found a way. I shall be in contact. And shut the door.
Okay.
Bye!
You hear kind of out from the sixth story. Wait, I think I might have. Oh, I thought I had it. You just hear like flustered. Come back. And then.
Well,
Thank you for the
actually,
ping.
then Muffin's going to open the door again and say, "Well, actually, wait a minute. Do you by chance have a scroll of locate object?
Let's see. Oh my goodness! I just made my place a mess. It would take me probably an hour or two to find it.
Never mind, we do not have the time.
I rolled a natural one.
Thank you anyway, it would have made my journey easier. Very well, we shall return.
All right, so you guys are all kind of hurrying through the empty city streets here at night, passing by a few drunkards pointing up at this cloud castle, a few people walking by, just hearing people whispering, talking about this thing in the clouds that's just looming overhead, wondering if something's going to happen. And you make your way, Callista, towards the main gate of the cemetery, which Molfin, Diana, and Dorn, you guys have all walked through earlier this evening.
Oh, yes.
In your extremely scenic route to get to the dock ward.
Diana! It is. Oh, what does that name say? I can't read it. Looks to be an elvish fancy script.
I could read it. I'm sorry, I just got lost.
It's
What?
alright.
Muffin just pointed at a random gravestone and said, oh, look, it must have been elvish. We passed that earlier.
Oh. Yeah,
And,
I'm sure we did.
Callista,
I wonder
you
if he could help us out.
you do see Ani there, standing waiting with her squire. As it seemed to be, as they're waiting, just kind of watching up at that cloud castle. She seems to be kind of fixated on it, just watching for any movement or things coming from it. And
How
as
do we
you,
deal with that at some point?
as you approach, she's like, "Well, you made it in a timely manner. That was good."
Yeah.
So-
Thanks for doing this.
Oh, no problem. So this is the crew, huh?
Mm-hmm.
She just kind of looks at Lachlan and then looks back at you. Fair enough.
It's complicated.
It seems like you've all had.
Remember that thing you were saying about getting pulled in along for a journey you didn't expect?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you have something to do with that?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Muffin's going to look at Lachlan as this conversation having. Lachlan, what did you do?
Got new gloves.
Yeah, he's got some pretty nice gloves on, Molfin.
Very nice.
Wait till you see what they can do.
Did you pick up a pair for your great-grandfather?
They were a gift.
It seems like Ani continues to lead you on, and she starts to, as she's walking, she's not really looking at you, Callista, but she starts engaging in conversation with you as she's walking, keeping her, gaze ahead.
I'll keep pace with her.
Just be careful. You know, there are cases of times where corpses do reanimate.
Oh, I'm well aware.
Yeah. Callista has first-hand experience in all of this.
This girl, I'm looking into a mirror. It's a very dark mirror, but I'm looking into one.
She does seem
Morphin's
to
just
have a lot
laughing
in
in the
common
back as
with
they have
Callista.
that conversation.
So, you guys keep moving. She kind of continues some small talk with you, Callista, and is just like, well, as you enter this Shadowfell, just remember it's an extremely different place. It's a place of torment, a place of... It's absent of its color. And that can drive one mad.
Okay.
Morphin's sort of gonna pipe up a easy.
You keep on cutting out on me.
Don't hear any of that.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's cutting out, but it keeps cutting.
But I bet it was badass.
Okay, am I back?
Yep, there you are.
Oh, okay, Morphin's gonna pipe up from the back and say, do you happen to know of an easy way to travel via the Shadowfell? We're looking for a specific location, and ease of travel would be best.
There are horses in the Shadowfell. They don't look like horses that you know, but there are some.
I suppose I just have Tony carry me.
Nice. And she stops, and she looks to the right, and looks at you, Callista, and is like, we're here. And she starts to make her way behind a few gravestones, and you can see that there is what looks to be a crypt of some sort that stands off from the ground, and it looks like there's a doorway entrance. It's covered in these dark vines that wrap around this area. And the vines hang down over top of the door area, kind of blocking the view from underneath. It almost looks like you can't even tell there's a space, an opening there, as she kind of peels away this area of vines. She looks at you, Callista, and she says, you'll descend these steps about 20 feet. There will be a door. You walk through the door and continue walking. And in about 50 feet, you will ascend 20 more steps. And you will be in a similar graveyard on the other side. Be careful. Undead freely roam the land of the Shadowfell. Be on your guard. Have your weapons ready. Good luck.
I'm going to hand her, I'm messaging you this now, a piece of parchment that she had folded up in her cloak.
Okay.
And let her know I would, when we're done here, I'll come see you again. And I will hand her the paper.
Okay. She takes it. And she looks at you and nods. Looks at the rest of you. Gives Lachlan one more look.
I love her.
And looks at Molfin, looks at Diana. Just, all of you be careful.
Thank you, Ani.
You're welcome. Now I must go. I got a cloud castle to inspect.
Good luck with that.
Should be fun.
She walks away, Morphin's just gonna look over. Talking about undead as if they're only over there. Rank amateurs.
Maybe they'll attack us over there, unlike Tony.
We shall have to make sure Tony comes with us then.
All right. So, are you guys going ahead and walking on through?
Are we ready for this? Do we need to prepare?
Molfin starts walking down the stairs.
Okay.
Molfin's
It's
going,
pitch
Catch up, bye.
black
Oh,
as you enter. So those
even with my dark vision, I can't
no,
see anything.
you can see, but it's like it's harder to see than normal. Like it's so dark, like it's unnaturally dark in this place.
I cast light.
I did that, Michael. Sorry.
Light actually, it might not be a good idea because light kind of can break up the transportation magic that is usually used.
I take it away.
It can mess
Yeah,
up.
I would have explained to them that this is we have to find the darkest shadows, basically,
Yeah.
Oh,
make our way through.
how do we find the darkest shadows?
Wander down.
How?
I have a perfect idea. Molfin will reach into a pocket, pull out a golden goose coin that he still has,
Mhm.
that a lovely young lady in a purple dress gave him.
Uh-huh.
No.
Just flip it up in the air like he's flipping a coin,
Mhm.
and cast darkness on it.
Okay.
So no one can see.
So no one can see.
And just
It's just black.
hand on the wall, and just say, put your hand on the wall to your side and just keep walking forward. Stay close and you will be sure to be in the darkness.
I was going to cast Pass Without a Trace, but sure, this works too.
All right.
So we're darker than dark?
Darker than dark.
Hey.
So
Nobody can say we're not in the dark now.
you guys eventually go through this tunnel, open the door, and ascend 20 feet back up, which you open yourself up into. It's almost a very similar crypt-like opening. And as you come out of it, you are standing within a graveyard in a broken, ruined city in the Shadowfell. There is a grayness to the sky. It's kind of like one of those rainy days where the sun never peeks through the clouds. And the light is almost directionless as it creates this haze over the land. As you look out on the outskirts of the city, you can see light forest of all dead trees. The bark is dark as obsidian. And this place is very quiet and creepy.
We haven't been here since movie.
I don't like it here.
Could we not discuss him, please? Rather, we have a purpose to being here.
Brock looks at all you and he's like, "Where are we again?"
We are here to collect a couple of things, but we need to locate them first.
Can you turn off the darkness spell? I really can't see it.
Often we'll drop.
That's good. That's awesome.
Thank
Often
you.
shall look at the room, but if you would like, I can. If we have a little while, I can summon my small friend and send him out to seek this cave we are looking for. Unless, Callista, do you believe you can, with your magical ability to find items, do you think you can find any of the other gemstones?
I could try. It would not exactly show me the exact ones, but it would find me ones similar. But I'm not sure if there's anything else up like that here. But we'd have to keep moving. The radius isn't that big.
Okay, what are the quickest ways we have to move?
The dead ponies
Actually-
we talked about.
I just had an idea. Okay. I'm going to pull out that fly.
Yes.
Oh.
And just throw it on the ground and let it.
And you guys
Yeah.
watch as this thing hits the ground. This small carved fly hits the ground and emerges into this large insect in front of you. It starts going zzz, 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 zzz.
I don't like
Forgive me,
Flapping
I
its
forgot to
wings.
roll points when we took that long rest.
Oh, yeah,
so I'm
absolutely.
rolling those now just in case.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, nat 20.
Oh, there's a nat 20 in there. Oh boy.
That'll be helpful.
2 nat 20s tonight.
Yeah, there's 2 nat 20s on the board. All right. So there is a fly there available as a mount. Everybody can go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Somebody in chat said, "Quick, bug spray." Callista, as you're kind of looking around, you notice in the distance, and Diana, you notice this as well. It seems like there are there's some movement, and you can see what looks to be 3 horse figures. But while their bodies look like horses, their heads are the skulls of horses. And it appears that they are grazing, but as they graze, they lift up their heads and all the grass, this dark, dead grass, just seems to fall out of their mouth. And then it goes down and falls out of their neck and just falls onto the ground below them. Horses with human heads. Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Centaurs. Death ponies.
I guess I could try to wrangle them.
Okay. How is
Yeah,
it that you are? How are you going to try to wrangle these?
Based off my knowledge of horses, I'm going to approach slowly and try and use, like, I don't know, I guess my animal handling skill to try and coax them with, like, I'll get a bunch of grass and, like, see if I could coax them first.
Okay, make a animal handling check with advantage because you're using the grass that they are grazing. They must enjoy it. Awkwardly enough that nothing's happening with it.
There it is.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Wow. That advantage.
Yeah, they all start to slowly approach you, and one of them actually starts to just take the grass out from the palm of your hand. And you're
I will
just
pet them because I was like, I don't know,
and
it's an animal.
you're petting it, and you're petting just the top of the skull of this horse that is absent of eyes. It doesn't have any flesh
It used to
whatsoever
be an
on its
animal.
head.
Well, we have 3 horses you guys can use now. Should
Okay.
be okay.
I'll go up and I'll give one some grass and be like, hey.
Ghost Riders in the
Misty.
Shadowfell.
Yeah.
Did
No
Dorn
fear.
follow us?
Did who?
Creepy old priest man?
Oh yeah, he's with you.
It's not
He's-
creepy.
He's not creepy. Leave Dorn alone.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem very happy. Hey, thank you, Sanity Stinks, once
Sanity.
again for gifting another sub. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
I'm gonna name mine Misty. And I go up and I start petting one.
Okay.
Eating a grass.
It seems
Wolfen's just gonna climb onto one of them.
okay. Yeah, they don't have saddles or anything, so it might be an uncomfortable ride, but you seem like you could be able to use them as a mount.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There are more of us than there are horses, though, aren't there?
Yeah, but you
Well,
know,
the
like,
gnomes can double up, right?
That's true. I could ride with somebody.
Yeah. So how you guys divvying this up?
I don't know.
Hang on.
Well, I would say that since 2 gnomes are equivalent to 1 person,
True.
stack them on top of each other and give them 1 horse to share.
Stack them on top of each other. I like that.
But then Dorn has to
That's good.
ride with someone.
But that
Dorn
still
has to ride
leaves
with someone?
4 of you with 2 horses remaining.
Exactly.
It makes more sense to have one
Well, I have
of the more intelligent gnomes and then one of the taller folk riding with each of us.
Callista, I think you'd probably be able to take a gnome with you on the fly if you wanted to, or
Yeah.
another individual, perhaps Anastasius.
Yeah.
So two
Rockland,
would
you're with me.
2 would be covered by the fly.
And then Dorn can go with Wolfen.
If I absolutely needed to, I could conjure animals, but I don't think we need
And
to.
Diana can go
Hmm.
alone.
No, I'll take Dorn.
Diana
Dorn's
takes
like a
Dorn.
human though, right?
You could ride. You could double up. I mean, it's
Okay.
going to be awkward, and there's no saddle, so it's going to be difficult. But I mean, you could still do it. Not going to be that big of a deal.
Okay.
Wolfen's gonna pull out his traveler's clothes and sort of try to make himself a little seat out of the traveler's clothes he's got in his bag.
Yeah, it definitely
What?
cushions it up
Yeah.
because all you can feel is like the back bones of this horse as you're like sitting on it, like driving into your tailbone and everything. It's not comfortable.
Not pleasant without underbridges.
Yeah.
Well,
There are
Calista,
things I don't
shall
need
we
to know
see
about
what you
young
can do?
Wolfen.
you all already know.
I know, but I hate to be reminded.
All
I
right.
guess I will fly up and do a perception check first before I cast the spell.
Okay, you can make a perception check. Sure.
Can I gift her the? You said I had the nat 20 from last week.
You
Can I
do.
gift it to her?
You can. Sure.
Okay, so it's a 27.
Yeah.
Or perception? No.
For
yeah,
perception.
27.
27.
Nice.
Is there anything in particular that you're looking for, or I guess
I'm
is it just
looking
general looking
for-
around, or
I guess like caves or something ominous looking.
The whole place.
I mean, I know, but like more ominous than what is like the default here. I'm looking for like I guess a cave or some sort of I'm trying to think of what I saw and what Muffin told me from his vision.
As far as the vision goes, with a nat 20 on your roll, what I'm going to go ahead and kind of throw you a little bit of a bone here.
Okay.
It all kind of stems back to the fact that a lot of especially the tower that she was in, had the seal of the Arcane Brotherhood on it.
Right.
And you guys remember from your conversations with Sarvin that the Arcane Brotherhood's tower was located in the city of Luskan.
So why are we here? Why aren't we in Luskan? I'm so confused. Are we in Shadowfell Luskan?
You're in Shadowfell Neverwinter right now.
Oh, now we have to go to Shadowfell Luskan.
So we
Which
would, in theory, go north. If we
Mhm.
could figure out north.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know what-
Okay. Does this seem to be like a reflection of Neverwinter?
It
Is there
is a
geographic-
reflection. Yeah, there's geographical connections with everything. Usually one thing in the material plane, in the Shadowfell, it's kind of a dark representation of what that would
Right.
be in the Shadowfell. So, but here it almost seems like Neverwinter is still in its state of disrepair and ruin. This seems to shadow or be a foreshadowing of what Neverwinter would have been had Mount Hotenow basically crushed the entire city and left it into waste.
Okay, so could I see where that mountain would be? If I'm up?
Probably not.
Because I'm looking for.
You wouldn't see the mountain, but you would probably be able to see like the edge of the forest line, and it looks very similar to what you had, especially with that Nat 20 roll. It seems like the lay of the land is much the same as the material plane. It's just a darker version of it.
Based off that, and based off Anastasius's travels, I would argue that we would know which way is north.
Yes, you would know which way is north.
Okay, then that's where I would start leading us.
Okay. You guys are leading, and on your way, I'm going to have everybody make I believe it's a saving throw. But let me...
Oh, no. Oh, that's right. The last time I was here, I was terrified.
Let me double check and see what it is. I got to find the page.
I think it's wisdom or charisma.
I hope it's not charisma.
Here it is. Here it is. Found it.
Intelligence.
Alright. I need
What's that intelligence?
everybody to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Is this considered a magical effect?
Let me see.
Oh.
We might just be
I'm
brain
gonna use my other
Yeah,
DM
screwed.
inspiration. Okay.
This
the
is...
second one was Anastasius.
This is
So, you got
not
18.
a magical effect.
I got 20, Anastasius got 18.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow. Is that everybody's rolls?
Brock.
Oh, it's not working on my savings throws. I don't.
Yeah, it's on.
Why am I not rolling it?
Well, no, my ring, because I have a ring that gives me a +1 ring of protection.
Oh, so you do have a +1? Okay.
So my wisdom yeah, so it's an 18 technically, I think.
Or MG, can you roll for Brock?
I just did. I got the same roll I got for myself.
Okay. You guys, especially Lachlan and Brock, feel just the edge of this place. It's cold, it's dead, it's dark. You're sweating it a little bit, but it doesn't seem to have any intense effects on you.
Better than last time.
For this first day's travel. This
Still wanna get
place
outta here.
is awkward because it's always lit. There is no night or day. It's just gray all the time. So you don't know really when it's nighttime or when it's daytime. It's almost as if the days just run together and never end.
Ooh,
Settling.
that's
So,
depressing.
but eventually you guys get to a point where you start to get tired. And I would say you're probably about a third of the way to where you feel like Luskin would be on the material plane.
Like Port Last.
Yeah, you would probably be at Port Last or near it. You'd have to travel off the main road to Port Last to venture there.
Okay.
It's just a little bit, a few miles off the main road.
Alright. Do we hide here, like in the trees, or do we just camp?
I
do you
give
think we should do?
Give Eric inspiration in the chat for his bone spurs joke.
Here is the pending question. I can summon us our little dome to protect us.
All right.
How do we deal with the horses? I
you
can fit the 8 of us journeying together, but I cannot fit the animals as well.
We can always keep a lookout on horses, whoever's on watch.
Well, correct, but at the same point, if the horses decide to bolt and I'm watching, it's not as if I have Callista's skill with them.
Can we tie
I've
them up?
got
Yeah, I was gonna say
some rope.
and tie him to a tree.
Fair enough.
Do I know these are... Does Calista think she'll be able to talk to them if she does speak with animals?
You're not really sure.
They're
It's
kind
a-
of undead.
They're kind of undead.
But they used to be animals?
They used to be animals. Maybe, I don't know. Does speak with dead work with the undead?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows?
You don't, your assumption of these creatures are they'll probably stick around. You don't think they're going, unless something like chases them
Okay.
away or spooks them or something like that, you don't think they're going to go anywhere. You could tie them up somewhere if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got some rope if you want some rope.
I would feel better restraining the beasts. It appears it will take us a few days to get where we are going, so
Do we have a few days?
but we are not sure. We know she will regenerate, but we don't know how quickly.
That's not good.
No, that is why we are running.
Why are we here, not in the regular world, going to Luskin? I'm confused.
That's a
Because
really good question.
Kruella's an undead creature whose soul resides in a specific object. In her hideaway here in this realm.
Yes.
So in order to prevent her from returning, we must go and destroy said item.
Yes. In Luskin, where we are not. In the real world.
I mean, there is a
No,
possibility
it-
that Luskin had a way of getting there, but we won't know for sure.
Oh, okay.
This could be one of the very few, or many. Well, I don't know.
Okay. Because there are a lot of graveyards, and I was just thinking we could have gone to a graveyard in Luskin. Probably
Use the
something-
airship to get there, yeah.
Yeah, probably something in or something, but this is great. This is fine. This is
I
fine.
didn't expect this to be easy.
Nope.
As long as we get there before she returns.
We're going to be cutting it close, but there's a possibility we can.
Should we ride through the night?
Yes, do we push through today and
Then rest.
I don't want us to be exhausted if we have to face her.
This is also true.
Well, we push through the night, and that'll get us about halfway. And then rest, and then continue.
And hope nothing else gets the jump on us.
Right.
This is true.
I say it's worth pushing.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so you're
Walter
pushing
goes
on.
into his pouch, pulls out a group of things, scatters the bones on the ground, and brings Tony
Here
back.
comes Tony, everybody. Tony is back.
Tony!
So, the skeletal friend that you've all come to know and love has now rejoined the party.
Thank
Dorn
goodness.
Dorn looks at this and he's like, "What is this?"
Don't worry, it's just an abomination of the Lord.
Malfin turns and looks at Dorn. This is how you are still alive.
Or that.
The door is back that way if you can't leave.
Oh, ouch! Molpin dropping it down like that on Dorn. Dorn just kind of like bites his lower lip and he backs away a little hesitantly from Molpin. And you guys all push on and continue to try to get halfway before you take your long rest. Since you guys are pushing it over the limit here, I want you all to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me once again.
Oh no.
You know what? Let's screw it. I'm just gonna roll. I was gonna burn it, but
Diana is supporting Dorn. I love that.
did I?
Ooh.
That was Anastasia's.
That was Anastasia's?
I have a modifier.
Okay.
Mine was 25.
This is 25. Okay. Lachlan and Anastasius. I need you both to roll a d6.
Oh.
Sorry, JJ, you're not here.
Oh, don't be sorry. This is beautiful.
Oh, oh no.
Okay, you have the following character flaw, Lachlan. You are in a state of dread. The character has disadvantage on all saving throws and gains the following flaw. I am convinced that this place is going to kill me.
Oh, same thing that happened last time.
Anastasius has the character flaw apathy. The character has disadvantage on death saving throws.
Oh, great.
And on dexterity checks for initiative. And gains the following flaw. I don't believe I can make a difference to anyone or anything.
Oh, that's so opposite of him.
It is.
This is literally the best thing the Shadowfell could have done to him. JJ, why are you not here? This would be so epic.
So yeah, Lachlan, from now on, right now, that's how you feel being in this place.
Lachlan, you okay?
No. I need to get out of here.
Yeah, we all do.
I really need to get out of here.
So eventually you guys stop for the night, and with the help of the spell, I believe it's the Tiny Hut spell.
Yep.
You guys are able to get a solid rest. You do, during one of your watches, one of you, probably most likely Callista, does see a group of wandering undead creatures during the night. But they seem to be relatively far away from you and don't seem to approach and just move on. This is a place with many wandering undead creatures that are just absolutely disturbing. And you guys wake up, and what you presume is the next day. You're not really sure because the light never, the sun never goes, it never sets, and never is fully in the sky. So it's kind of like one of those strange things. It just, you don't know when one day becomes the next.
Well, this is annoying, guys.
Yeah, we should just maybe get out of here.
We're trying.
We must get to Luskin and must get to her lair first, or she will hunt us down and attempt to kill us.
Okay, that's very concise.
Do you expect anything less from me?
Yes, I feel like you're long-winded sometimes, Uncle Mole.
Christy, I know this is probably metagame-ish, but since JJ isn't here, if Anastasia still has the spell Calm Emotions prepared, he would know that Calm Emotions could help with your struggles in the Shadowfell.
Okay, so he would use them as needed then.
He probably would, depending on how many of if it takes a spell slot, it would be something that you would have to decide probably for him.
Unless he was too apathetic to cast it.
Well, not if Callista forces him to, because she knows he has that spell.
Yeah, because since he's not here, I just wanted to bring that to your attention, because as his character, if he was playing, he might know that. I don't know. So I'm just, I feel like I'd be an unfair DM if I didn't say something. So. Especially since he is a member of the party and he's still here. He's just kind of a back burner RP mode right now.
How long does it last?
It lasts until something happens to take it away.
Okay.
Okay, so he would, I guess, I would tell him.
Wait, here we go. Never mind. Hold on a second. I found something.
It's for a minute, right?
After finishing a long rest, the character can attempt to overcome despair. Make another, and you, Lachlan and Ashlyn, you guys can make an additional wisdom saving throw, but this time the DC is higher.
Oh, I wasn't affected.
Anastasius. I meant Anastasius.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would Calm Emotions help the DC at all, since it's like a...
Calm Emotions would instantly get rid of it.
Oh.
But after a long rest, you can make a save to try to overcome
let's see how he feels in the morning then.
Okay, go ahead and you guys can make your checks for the morning.
Lachlan crits.
Lachlan crits. As he gets another 20 portent waking up in the morning.
Yeah.
Got 11.
Oh wait, it's
And
the next morning.
yeah.
I have different portents now.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, it's the next morning. Oh, you can give him.
Yeah,
Well, it's up to you.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay,
use an 11 on
Lachlan,
you.
you are still affected, and so is Anastasius. You
Okay,
have
so he
not
would
been able to
cast it
overcome.
then. He would cast it. He only needs to do it once because it's a 20-foot radius.
Oh, it is? Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, each humanoid.
Each
wow.
humanoid. You after this, and these incantations are said by Anastasius, you feel so much better, Lachlan. You do not feel that you are. You're not convinced anymore that this place is totally going to kill you. Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm glad you feel better, Lachlan.
Anastasius, man, you know how to brighten the day.
Yeah.
What a guy.
He always does.
He just kind of
I'm
smiles
glad
at
we
you.
brought you along. Give him a little elbow.
Can we continue on our way? We have
Yes.
quite a distance to travel.
You guys continue on the high road. As you're traveling, I need more wisdom saves.
Dude.
Everybody on the board, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Right, does Dorn have to make one now that I think about it?
Oh yeah, he would. He would have had to make 3. Diana, do you have access to Dorn's? Are you still with us, Diana? I'm trying to wake up
I don't think
Diana.
she is.
We've lost our cleric.
The magical sleep on the shadowfell.
That's so adorable.
Oh my god, Anastasius.
Did he fail again?
Not nat 1, yeah.
Oh man. I think the way this works is it doesn't really like he's already affected, so it doesn't pile up. Oh,
Doesn't stack.
Mofin. My goodness.
Oh no.
Somebody buzz Zoss for me.
I just tried her on. I don't have her number.
Oh yeah.
Zoss!
Zoss!
Hey, Zot is awake again.
You cured the magical sleep spell.
Sleep spell. Yeah, she's.
She could affect her sleep spell until we heard.
I try that sleep spell all the time and it never works. I never have enough hit points.
Yeah,
Pool.
I was just muted.
You can make a wisdom save for us, Diana.
Okay. Oh wait, isn't it up here? Or is this a new day?
New
New
day.
day.
Good day.
Oh,
Oh, honey.
23. I don't deserve it.
Dorn would have passed, failed.
Oh no, not Dory.
Okay,
It's
so
a D6 where I failed.
it's a D6 for a failure. Yeah, everybody passed except for Molfin and Dorn.
No.
And Anastasius.
Yeah, Anastasius, he continues to stay affected. So does Lachlan.
Some
He's-
different.
Calm his own.
Actually, you have the same as Anastasius right now, Molfin. You have disadvantage on death saves, and on dexterity checks for your initiative rolls. You also have the flaw, I don't believe I can make a difference to anyone or anything. And Dorn also has the same flaw,
Oh no.
No.
as he is now affected by the dread of being in this terrible place. And you guys continue to move on in your journey. Are you pushing the whole way? Basically, you're...
Why bother pushing? Why bother pushing the whole day?
Exactly. We should rest at least.
No, as we get closer, I don't think we should push.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we think it's going to make a difference?
Gramps, you
Uncle
okay?
Open?
Oh, of course it will.
Uncle
Dorn
Open
just...
feeling kind of wonky.
Dorn's just kind of looking at Molfin and he starts shaking his head almost in agreement. We're probably too late anyway.
No, we still
She's
should.
waiting for us there. It's,
Uh,
you know
Yeah,
it's
waiting to
bad.
get her behind kicked.
let's think. positive.
Exactly. We can go out there. We can kick her butt again and kill her for good this time if she is out of that gem. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's do this thing. Let's rest first,
Gramps.
right? Are we resting?
Are you
Okay.
guys traveling about a day before you rest again?
Yeah, about a day.
So you guys got about maybe a third of a day or something like that to travel till you get to Luskin when you stop for your
Okay.
second rest. So So everybody during this long rest, I assume you guys are going to do the same thing, the tiny hut, tie up the horses kind of deal.
Does Tiny Hut negate it over the night because no magical effect can enter the dome?
It's not a magical effect.
Okay, so it's with the land itself, I guess.
Just
terror.
It's just
And
this
it's not
dread
can't
of
enter.
being here. It's like it just the nature of this place just
Okay.
drives people mad, and just makes you think less of yourself.
Aw.
So everybody,
Sounds like my
in the morning, you guys can all make a wisdom saving throw. Those of you that are affected, go ahead and make a wisdom save.
Effective.
Can Anastasia just
Okay.
do calm emotions again for the 20-foot radius? Would that help?
He could, yeah. Yeah, if he'd like to spend that spell
We'll just
slot.
do that.
Yeah, he just does
Yeah.
that, and you guys all feel much better. That calm emotion spell is handy here, that's for sure.
Yeah, he'll use it.
Yeah, so
I suppose that night's rest must have helped him feeling quite a bit better.
Good. Good to hear, Uncle.
Glad to have you back, Gramps. I was worried for a moment there.
It was a strange sensation. I mean, and I'll look over his shoulder, sort of towards Dorn, and then a gnomish look at Lachlan. I mean, even he agreed with me.
No, Gary. So you two agree? Don't like it.
It's an odd sensation.
Awesome. So as you begin to travel the last about third of a day or so, what you presume to be a day, you eventually come to a looks like you're at the top of a hillside that descends down, and there's a crude gravel road that leads down, and you can see this city in front of you. You presume it looks a lot like what Luskan would look like in the material plane, but a lot darker in nature. Buildings of stone, a lot of them kind of broken, cracked or ruined, covered in dark vines. Luskan has one of its prominent areas, this dark water, this river that kind of flows through it. In the Shadowfell, it's much darker, much colder. And it leads to these dark docks that look broken up with these ships parked at the docks. And you can see what appear to be hundreds of residents at this city. But most of them, if not all, look to be undead creatures. Skeletons, zombies, ghost-like creatures moving about the city streets.
Do they see us?
You are still pretty far away. You're looking down at the city from quite a distance. So you're just
Okay.
seeing the movement of these creatures kind of moving in groups.
Does anyone know anything about the Shadowfell and if these people are going to attack us? Okay, thanks.
Gramps. That's your kind of people.
I need everybody to go ahead and make another wisdom save for me. I'm going to make one for Dorn.
Rock. Oh, nice.
He just passes. Ooh, is that Callista's or Anastasia's?
No, it's Anastasia's. He has no
Alright.
modifier.
Oh.
Okay, roll the d6 for Anastasius. Everyone else passes and is able to withstand the dread. Anastasius has the same thing that Lachlan had before.
Oh,
I am
dread.
convinced that this place is going to kill me. Is his flaw. And he has disadvantage on saving throws.
I would tell him to use it again because that's more like Callista's line of thought.
Okay.
So,
he would spend the
Use
spell
it,
slot to
yep.
calm his emotions. Okay.
yep.
As you guys are looking over this city, you can see near the docks, on an island, it's almost like the river splits into this Y at the end, towards the ocean. There's this rocky, dark island at the end where this tower jets into the sky. And it peels off and has almost these 5-fingered type towers that go up from this single tower. And this dark smoke and haze just circles around the upper parts of the tower.
It's not foreboding.
It
I think
looms
that's a
over
good
the
place
city.
to start looking.
That is where I need to go. I mean, we need to go.
How are we gonna get there safely?
I've got proficiency in water vehicles.
Do we have a water vehicle?
I bet we can find a dark one at the dock.
I have means of getting us across the water if we need it.
Well, we must get to the water first.
Well, I have means of doing that for us to do it quietly too, so let's do that. Let's get down to the water.
Okay.
Okay. Are you guys going to go more to the river that flows through the city, or are you going to go kind of to the left and wrap around the city to the ocean part?
Where's the island?
It's kind of like the area opens up a bit, like it's going to open up into a bay, but there's this island like smack dab in the middle of it.
Which way looks quicker?
They both look about the same. I mean, the river is going to naturally take you out to but it's going to take you right through the middle of the city where you see all that movement.
No, the other way.
The other way, it seems to be like all these creatures are contained within the walls of the city.
Okay, so yeah, no,
Good.
we're not going into the
Mhm.
city.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys make your way around to where the ocean
Oh, you
water.
can cast water walk. Hey, I ring a water walk. I
Yeah,
forgot
you're
about
fine.
that.
Okay. So were you guys planning to sneak across the water of the bay?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
There's not as many undead creatures near this spot because of the proximity to the water. Not a lot of them seem to be. You occasionally see a ghost-like wraith creature that's kind of just floating across some of the water.
Mentors.
Dementor, that's it.
Well, it's not so here's Christie's last closest plan. I was gonna do water walk as a ritual because it's not concentration, and then cast without a trace to get across the water.
Okay.
How far does it look like from the shore to the island is?
Ah, gosh. It's several hundred feet. I guess the best thing I could describe it is oh my goodness, what's that old prison called out in San Francisco?
Alcatraz?
Alcatraz. Yes. It's kind of like that. Like you can see it. It's right there, but you have to travel over the water to get to that point where this tower is just looming up above.
Okay.
I was going to offer to try to cover some of our path with fog, but at the best I would be able to do about 100-foot radius. Oh, wait, 100-foot radius is 200 feet. Do I think it's about 200 feet?
Probably more than 200 feet.
Okay.
You
It
can
would leave us
cast
still
it.
exposed.
I'd probably say
On the
probably closer to
shore.
500.
Oh.
You can cast it on the shore, and that way we have nothing coming up behind us.
How large of a space do we need, though?
I don't know.
It's
I
basically
was going to
if I attempt to channel more power through the fog cloud you've seen me use before, I can make it larger. But obviously it restricts me from using some of my more advanced abilities.
No, it's fine.
Let's see if we can be sneaky on the water. Like Callisto.
As you all wish.
Because we might need you to fireball something or whatever you do.
Does the water walk spell affect more than just the person who casts it, Diana, or is it just for you?
No, water rock. I have it. It's up
Yeah.
to 10 willing creatures.
Oh, wow.
Within range.
Wow, nice. That's great.
And it's not concentration.
It's not concentration?
Nope.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good spell.
Just lasts an
Wow.
hour.
Yeah. That's awesome. One thing you
And
guys noticed too.
Ashlyn, I could actually do 11 people because Ashlyn has the ring of water walking. Because
Okay.
so there could be 11 people with it.
Oh,
That-
excellent. Oh, yeah, you guys are fine then. You guys are more than fine. So
And
you
the
guys-
horses?
Together can
So you're
No,
also
we're not doing the horses.
Oh, okay.
these skeletal
It's kinda cool, like,
horses
riding a
crawling.
horse across the river.
Yeah.
Right.
With the mist?
That's epic right there. Out of the mist,
Yeah.
the fog.
Yeah.
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 You gotta have some Dire Straits playing, though, man.
Yeah.
Right across the river to the other side.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Man.
So you guys are making your way. Pass without a trace. Is that happening?
Yep.
Okay. You guys are walking across. One thing that's creepy about this place is the ocean. It doesn't have a tide,
Ooh.
Mm.
so there's no waves crashing in. So it's actually makes it
Wolfen's looking
actually
down.
makes it quite easier for you to make your way. There is some water current coming from the river, but it's not a
Huh.
quick current, so to speak.
So is there no moon?
There is no moon, from what you can
Ooh.
tell, but you're not sure. But you guys make your way across the water. Everybody make a stealth check with your pass without a trace. This will be a group check. Ooh, wow. Wow. Yeah, you guys are doing a good
Don't
job.
mess it up, Molfen.
Oh, look at that. Oh, Molvin
Yeah.
messes it up.
16.
Still a 16.
Oh, Diana messed it up.
Still a 15. Still a 15.
Anastasia's got 19.
Yeah, you guys are fine. You guys are fine. You make your way across the water to the shore, and that's when the fog cloud is happening, or you casted it before you went?
They said not to worry about it, so Molfen
That's what we're
did.
at? Okay, so you guys make your way. You start climbing up some of the rocks. These black, obsidian-like slippery rocks as you make your way up
Rockland.
towards
Show
Rockland.
how well you can climb up rocks.
Oh yeah.
Lachlan's just like, like climbing over everything like it's nothing. He like does a little trick, does like a handstand, and he's like walking across things. You guys eventually make it to the entrance of this tower, and it's crazy how quiet and just this awkward, weird feeling coming across you as you enter, or as you get to the doorway, and it's just dark inside.
How tall is this tower?
It's enormous. It stretches up, looks like it could be several floors.
Would you all mind if we take a few moments and just sit out here?
You think they'll find us? Whoever's in there, if we
I am
around?
thinking of summoning one of my invisible friends to have them enter before us.
You have invisible friends. Why didn't I know?
Well, yes, it is a strange, shapeless force that
How long does it take you to do that?
Oh, okay, yeah, that.
it would take about 5-10 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. How big is this place, by the way? Like, how many buildings and like the diameter across from everything is it?
Like you mean the city in general?
Like this, where we're at right now.
Oh, it's
Tower?
it's pretty massive. Yeah, it wraps around quite a bit of, consuming much of this island.
Does it have windows?
It has windows, but it's like no panes or glass or anything. It just looks like open.
Do I see any
Windows.
movement coming from this building?
Other than a few bats flying around it, no.
Talk to the bats, see if they know anything.
So,
The bats don't look 100% natural.
yeah.
Okay, don't talk to the bats.
Hang on. Sorry, I'm just. You said it's. Would you consider this like dim light here?
Yeah, probably.
Or
Yeah, I mean, it's still lit. It's still lit. You know, it's just kind of like it's like a really rainy day, like one of those days where you wake up and it rains all day long.
Oh.
That's the kind of gray it is here.
If you don't think of something soon, I'm gonna throw Lachlan at the tower.
It could work.
I just
can figure
realized
this out.
Molfen doesn't have to cast a spell. He's got Tony.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
He just looks at everyone.
Tony gestures and holds out his hand towards you, like he's expecting you to hand him something.
Well, no, we lost
What
him.
else is new? He's always looking for something. This one. Muffin sort of looks down, rummages around in his bag, and goes, "Oh, this will work." Pulls out the skull staff.
Okay.
Hands the skull staff to the skull head.
He
I'm gonna allow that
grabs
to
it,
happen.
looks
but
at it.
While that's happening, I'm going to cast Locate Object again
Okay.
and start looking for similar gems to these things here.
Okay. What is the range on your spell?
It's 1,000 feet.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a 1,000 feet radius. So what I'm also going to do is turn into an owl and maintain concentration and fly around these buildings and see if I get a ping
Okay. You get
and go up and down.
Probably better than me throwing it.
immediately casting this spell. You get 6 pings coming from beneath your feet,
Oh my god.
almost at the maximum distance.
So before I even get into owl form, it's like immediately it's right below me.
Yes, they're below you. But the two pings are coming, one from Diana's chest,
Obviously, yeah.
because that's where her gem is,
And one from me because I'm holding
and
one of the items.
one from you because you're holding Kella's, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Whoa.
But 4 of them are pinging deep
Down.
within the island.
6? Oh, 6 pings. 4 pings beneath.
So I would tell everybody that they're directly down. Or at the right
Get down.
Ooh.
And how tall does this tower look?
Way tall. I mean, it's kind of
Like over
Like-
1,000 feet.
kind of
tall?
like standing next to a skyscraper.
Ooh.
But would it be more than 1,000 feet up?
Probably not more than 1,000 feet up.
Okay.
I would probably have to
Wolfen
research
will-
it to get you a better answer. Just because I don't want to
Wolfen's gonna-
say something and then have it be like a little itty bitty tower, you know? I want it to be massive, so.
So Molfin's going to pull out the dagger, turn it over, and show everyone the 7 gems in the back of the dagger.
7.
If you've
Okay.
got 6 blips, we have the 6 outliers around.
Well, I wasn't looking. I was looking for gems like Diana because that's something I've seen. I haven't seen what her phylactery looks like. We don't even know if it's a gem or if it's something else. I needed something that I've seen. Otherwise, I can't cast the spell.
But, I did not think of it in that way. I was assuming the phylactery was a
I
gem.
mean, it's possible. You're right. It is possible, but this is a start. At least if we get those back, that's something.
Yeah. Very true. Back inside the row.
Okay.
But I wonder what is at the top of that tower.
I wonder what's at the bottom.
I have an idea of what's at the bottom, but let's
Should we
figure
go
this
to
out.
the top?
We need to get down there.
Tony, go to the top of the tower.
Tony looks at you and just starts shaking his head. He goes in.
As
Okay.
he goes to walk away, Molfin's going to lean in and in very quiet tones, trying to prevent anyone from hearing him. Actually, hold on, let me see. I don't think I have the ability to say it telepathically. I may not need to say it out loud.
Do you have message?
No. Oh, mentally command.
Yes,
So,
you can. So.
in
Oh,
Molfin's head, he
no.
looks at Tony.
Gosh.
Go. Seek the top of the tower. Find the shroud.
Okay. Tony disappears into the tower. About
Godspeed, Tony.
about 20 seconds pass, and Tony emerges and comes right back to you, Molfin, and shakes his head like this. And then shrugs. And then he grabs the skull staff and he starts playing with it, swinging it around.
What is this thing doing?
I like Tony.
I do not understand.
You see him, he's trying to mimic some of the moves that he's seen Ashlyn do with her quarterstaff. He's doing a terrible job at it, by the way.
Aww.
It's a cute effort.
Yeah, it's nice.
This has never happened to me before. I have never not been able to control
And Tony
my own.
Tony looks at you and he sees that you're kind of, questioning this whole thing. So he grabs you by your cloak and he kind of starts to like pull you towards the tower.
I'm gonna
I'm
trust my
following.
minion and follow him
Right,
in.
you follow him in. And it's
I'm in.
when you walk in, it's really dark, but as you adjust to the dark vision, the tower is completely empty except for steps leading down into darkness. And as you look up into the tower, it is a hollow mass all the way up.
Wow.
You can see windows in it periodically, but there is nothing, no floors up, just stairs leading down.
Oh no.
That was.
I'm gonna.
Did you just hit Tony?
Yes, I slapped him upside the back of the head.
Tony just goes.
Fuck you.
Tony's just like this. He looks at you.
I say I'm sorry,
Lachlan,
Tony. And I
Can you check for traps before we go down here?
And Tony points up, and he's like, I can't go up there.
see?
Fine,
You didn't have to
Tony.
hit
Such
Tony.
high expectations, Malvin.
Yeah.
Lower your standards
Tony.
for your skeletal minions.
Downstairs. Same instructions.
Downstairs, same
And I
instructions.
say that verbally.
So you say get the shroud.
No, I say go downstairs, same instructions verbally.
Okay. Tony, with his skull staff, disappears down the steps.
You're doing very well, Tony. Gotta practice.
Let's hope he listens this time and does what I told him to.
Now, what exactly were you? What were his instructions? Were find the shroud.
Get the shroud.
Get the shroud. Okay.
Yeah.
Several minutes pass. No sign of Tony.
Well,
Lachlan.
Hmm.
Can you check for traps before we head down here?
Roger that.
Okay.
Let's see. So, do you want me to check the stairs that are going down?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna very.
Because I'm assuming we're at the opening of where the stairs go down.
Yeah, it's just kind of like this stairs that just lead down.
As we're going down the
disappear
stairs, look
into
for
the
any
stone floor.
Yeah. I wanna...
is it
steps
like
that.
is it like a wraparound circus with a giant like cylinder down the middle?
Kind of, yes. It looks like it turns as it goes.
Well, right, but is there an empty spot if like I want to throw Lachlan down and?
No, because it's all stone. So as you go down there, like, there's a wall there the whole entire time. As it's like a spiral staircase, but enclosed in this stone.
Okay.
It's very similar to the stone of the tower.
I suppose lead away, Lachlan.
All right.
I'll
I'll
be
use
right
my
behind
gloves to
you.
kind of like walk along the wall as
Oh.
I'm like
Yeah.
practically on my hands and knees looking for pressure plates and for like tripwires.
Excellent. Yeah, you're able to do that no problem. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
This is where I roll a 1.
You have inspiration.
You can do it.
Do I?
Not that it matters.
Nothing appears to be trapped, Lachlan. As you're
So
making your
busy,
way.
just excited about my gloves and not actually looking.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
So are you all moving stealthily down the steps?
Molfin's
Yeah.
not. He's moving as quickly as he can.
So you're going as quickly as you can? Okay. So
Yeah.
Molfin's rushing. Anybody who wants to make a stealth check can. Diana's kind of clanking with the armor a little bit as she's trying to make her way down.
I'll try, but I'm
Is
not.
Pass without a trace still?
No, because I have the object up right now.
Oh,
Oh yeah, locate object is up, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not really trying, but I'm also kind of moving quickly.
No.
All right. Yeah, you guys make your way. Diana, unfortunately, not very stealthy, but Molfin is kind of he's rushing down while Lachlan's climbing down the side of the wall,
Yeah.
basically spider climbing the whole way. Eventually, the spiral
Like a girl with a
staircase
grudge.
stops, and it's just kind of like a straight staircase that just leads
Okay.
on several feet. And as you guys move down, eventually Molfin and Lachlan, you guys come to what appears, it opens up into what feels like an enormous chamber. And it's really dark, but you can see that it's like a crumpled stony shore. And there's water. And the water leads out. And beyond your vision, it just gets dark.
Did Callista tell us about the pings?
Yeah, I would have been sensing the pings. Could I tell a direction from here?
Still under you.
What?
Still under us.
Under you.
Probably under the water.
Oh no.
Molfin's going to pull out a copper coin,
Okay?
cast light on the copper coin,
Uh-huh.
toss it into the water, see how far it sinks until he loses sight of the light.
How far are you throwing it?
Let's find out.
Okay?
I'm assuming athletics or strength.
This is like a dex attack because you're throwing it, probably. Maybe a dexterity.
Hey, works for me. I got a better
Throwing-
bonus.
Yeah, you can use that. Yeah, you throw it pretty good. Probably. How far can you throw a dagger?
20 feet.
Oh, say we could throw.
60 feet. 20 feet accurately. I think it's 60 with that.
Okay, we'll say you can throw this about 40 feet, maybe out.
Okay.
40, 45. And you hear it plop into the water, and it's like eerily quiet in here. And you watch as the light just kind of glistens down, and it goes down, it goes down, it goes down. Eventually it does stop. Appears to be maybe 30 feet deep where you threw it.
Is that where how far down was the ping?
Ping is farther down than that.
Oh.
You said 1,000 feet, right?
Yep.
Yep, it's still under that.
How far can I gauge?
Not far beyond underneath where the coin was. But one thing that you did notice, Molfin, while you threw that coin and the light was traveling through the room, there appears to be some kind of island in the center of the room that is made out of the same rocky stone shoreline that you're standing on.
How long has it been since we crossed the shore? Is water walk still in effect? Has it been an hour?
Yeah, water walk would still be in effect.
Heading to the shore.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are heading across. Okay.
Wait, do I see Tony anywhere?
You don't.
With the ping that's farther down, does it feel directly below me, or does it feel out there?
Feel direct with the ping directly below you.
Yeah, like if I'm standing on this surface, is it ping still straight down, or is it straight down on an angle towards where he threw the light?
As you're walking across the water, one's kind of down into your south west. One is kind of down into your due west. One is kind of southeast. And one is kind of northeast.
What's the closest ping I'm getting?
They're all about the same distance away, just in different directions.
Okay. I will tell them that, and we have to make a choice. Which one do we go for first?
All of them.
Split up sounds like a great idea.
As you start to approach, that Molfin is when you begin to start getting a view of Tony. In the middle of the island, on the top of the island, there is what looks to be some type of pedestal. It looks like it's made of some kind of crystal or ice. You're not really sure. But Tony is on his knees, scraping at this pedestal. And it seems like he's scraping so much that he is rounding off his bone fingertips as he's trying to scrape into the side of this thing, which it looks like there's something dark stuck within it.
What's Tony doing?
How far ahead of me is that?
About 100 feet, if that.
Muffin's gonna look and say, but I'm not quite sure what is going on here, but I need to go and look.
And let's
How
go look.
close is everyone?
They're all with you right now, because they're water walking across with you, I would assume. Because Callista was walking, kind of giving you guys directions.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose I have to do it a different way then. And Wolfen's gonna look back, and as we start to get a little closer, Wolfen is gonna turn and look and say, "Oh, bear with me a moment, I must catch up with my friend up ahead." And is going to disappear in a cloud of silvery mist as he casts Misty Step.
Oh my.
It's funny because it's 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
I can run 50 feet. So I'm gonna run.
Embrace you!
So I'll still be 10 feet in front of you with my movement and Misty Step as its bonus action.
Molfin, yeah, you pop up right next to Tony, who is scratching at this pedestal. And as you get a little bit of a closer look, the top of the pedestal is carved out a little bit.
Am I there yet?
Yeah, you eventually crawl up this as well. It's a
I
little
would've
bit...
been going that direction. I wasn't gonna split the party without figuring out what we're doing, so...
Sure, yeah, it's a pedestal. It appears there's something trapped inside of it. It doesn't appear to be ice, but it looks like it gives it this crystal but ice-like effect. And inside this pedestal, it's carved out, and there is a milky, dark liquid inside this carved out part of the pedestal. And it looks like this glass-type scoop of a shell sitting next to it.
Could this have to do with the phylactery?
It may, but we don't know what it will do.
There's a shell?
Why does Tony want to get in there so bad?
Tony, stop and stand beside me.
Tony stops and stands. He's looking at. He's like pulling your cloak, and he's just pointing down inside the thing.
I understand exactly. Callista,
Yes.
into the robe, pulls out the dagger. Do you trust me? Holds out the dagger to you.
I take it. Giving him a look.
How large is this pedestal?
How large is the pedestal?
Yeah.
It's probably about your size.
Okay, so only a couple of feet.
Yep.
That's...
Looks like it would come up to, if I were standing next to it, come up to a little bit above my waist.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to actually whisper something to you real quick because I don't know if this would work.
Okay,
No.
sure. You can do that. Thanks to our sponsors, Dice Bard.
Can I do a quick Arcana check on this situation?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna use my inspiration that you gave me.
Woo! Yeah, use it. Love it.
I know it would be tight. If not, I have another option. I'm just wondering if that...
I guess like without anyone else, is that what you're asking?
Exactly.
They're all like standing around you, so probably not.
Well, right. My thought is to ask and then...
Perhaps. I'm not sure what you were going to do after it. Callista, you do feel like there is some sort of there's definitely magic in play here. You're not 100% sure of the specifics, but whatever is trapped inside there is magically protected. And you feel like the substance that's within the pool is the key to unlocking it.
Can you all take a couple of steps back for me?
Okay.
Yep.
Tread to call carefully, Melvin.
I do not want to risk anyone being injured.
Okay, I'll
Come on,
take a
Brock.
couple more.
I will step back begrudgingly. But my eyes are trained on him right now.
Brock's like, yeah, I'm gonna back up.
Yeah.
And with that, you all watch as Molfin starts muttering, moving his hands, hand over the gem on his, the crystal on his staff, and casts Resilient Sphere, trapping himself, Tony, and the altar within.
Okay. You guys watch as this shimmering sphere of force just encapsulates Tony, Molfin, and the pedestal, all inside, while you guys are standing outside of it.
Okay.
Tony,
Right.
it's picks up the scoop. Gonna pull some of the liquid up,
Okay.
open wide. Try to pour it down into Tony's mouth.
Okay. Tony, you watch as the liquid pours down his throat, through his ribs, goes down his legs, and he almost gets embarrassed as it runs down to his feet.
Oh.
And as you're watching, the liquid that you took out of the pedestal, it's almost like it fills itself back up.
Molten. It's a key. Try using it to unlock the protection.
Let me try one other thing first.
Do not drink that.
Tony, if I stop, don't let me.
Don't drink.
Molfin takes a drink.
Excellent.
No!
What are you doing?
Molfin, you take 12 points of poison damage, and you start hearing these horrible whispers in your head. They sound like death. They sound like hatred. They sound like rage. And you hear some of the words, you will never stop me. And it echoes in your mind. And it seems like some of the liquid has stayed gone from the pedestal.
Everyone watches Molfin is sort of doubled over for a moment. Okay. With that, and Molfin is just gonna... Oh, actually, I took damage after all concentration check.
Oh yeah, make a concentration check for the sphere. You're fine. Goodness gracious.
Do I recognize the voice?
It sounds
Cruella?
like Cruella, but a very
Like harsh
decrepit and dark Cruella.
Oh.
It doesn't sound like the same Cruella you saw before, but it sounds like her voice.
Definitely has to do with Cruella. It's just
Of course it does.
painful, though. But if
Then
by
stop.
Molten,
Callista's right, it is the key. But
Drop
it
the
must be
sphere.
drank.
yes, I understand. Drop the sphere so we can heal you when things get rough. Do what you need to do, but do it so we can help you.
Or we could all share it.
Drops concentration.
Alright, the sphere disappears.
I'm going to Malfin's side.
Okay.
Me
Not a
too.
mouthful.
Chugs another mouthful.
Stop it! Stop it!
Malfin, do you think Ashlyn has a point?
Molfin, you take 10 more points of poison damage. You suffer 1 point of exhaustion. And I need you to roll a d10 for me.
Oh no.
Damn.
We should share the burden. She's got a point.
You watch as Molfin sort of clutching his stomach a little bit.
I'm going to hold him up.
Molfin starts sweating profusely. It is pouring off of his forehead. His beard looks like he just got out of a shower. He is drenched in a mess. And Molfin, you continue to hear those same whispers in your mind. You will not have it! It is not yours to take.
Anyone gonna heal him? I'll give him potion of healing.
Yeah, I'm
You will
gonna...
not beat me, you.
You are weak, old gnome.
Can I cast?
will suffer for this.
Can I? Am I muted? Can
No, you're
No,
there.
you're not.
okay, because I muted myself sometimes.
You're good.
Can I cast Lesser Restoration?
You cast what?
Lesser Restoration. It can take away the poisoned effect.
Can it take away exhaustion?
No, but it can take away his poison.
He's not. He just took damage. He's not poisoned.
Oh.
He's not. He doesn't have the poison condition. He's just taking poison damage.
Okay.
So it's not like a constant poison that he's being affected with. Now it's just a. But the lesser restoration could affect the sweating that he is affecting. Is it being affected by right now? So
I keep
if-
running from him.
You
And
want
I drink.
So did you still want to do lesser restoration, Diana, on him?
Sure.
Yeah, as that happens, Molfin is still damp, but he's not sweating profusely like he was just a moment ago.
You can see Molfin's
Okay.
definitely breathing a little heavy.
Dorn looks looks down at you, then looks at Diana. It's like this is terrible magic.
It is. It's
I can
awful.
hear her voice in my head.
I take the thing from Molfin and I drink.
I was just gonna do that.
Yeah.
Why are you guys drinking this?
Right. You're drinking it, Ashlyn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Worse.
You
Not
take
doing this.
8 points of poison damage.
Okay.
You suffer 2 levels of exhaustion.
Okay.
And I need you to make a roll of a d10 for me, please.
How much does it look like is left in it?
It appears that it might be about halfway done. And Ashlyn, you start unrelentlessly shivering as if it is freezing cold. And you can't stop.
I have to do it again, though.
And you start to hear it as well, Ashlyn. It is not yours. It is mine. I earned it. It
No,
will stay
not
mine.
yours. You just got it from someone.
I'll take a
Ashley,
sip
give
of
it
the
back to me.
thing.
It's if
What was
one
that,
of us
Diana?
is suffering through this.
I said I'll take a drink from it.
Diana grabs it, and she takes a drink.
What are you guys doing?
I don't know, trying to end this.
Diana, you take 10 points of poison damage.
Cool.
You suffer 3 levels of exhaustion.
Oh my god,
Hot.
this is awful.
Your hit
Look at
point
that.
maximum has been reduced by 9.
No, it hasn't.
And I need
No,
you to
it
roll... And I need you to roll a... I believe it's a D100. Let me check. Yes. Roll a D100 for me, Diana.
I wish I'd fallen asleep.
This is good that, like, you didn't do the stuff by yourself, right? Because then you'd
It's-
be really bad.
Is that permanently reduced?
Not until... Just not until... when the effect ends.
Okay.
Of this. Okay.
That's- Molphin is going to reach out and rip the thing out of Diana's hand.
Diana, as Molphin is ripping this out of your hands and you start hearing this voice in your head, you will fail.
Okay.
You will not win. You will suffer just like your god. And then you are now incapacitated. And you can do nothing but laugh and weep as you hit the ground.
Mood.
Diana, are you, someone help her. Oh.
Callista, do you think this is something you could dispel?
Do I?
Or is Anastasia's perhaps?
Does he?
I'm not really sure. Does he have Lester Resto?
I have Lester Resto.
You believe Lester
sure?
Resto would work?
Okay.
And while Callista and Anastasia are sort of looking over and helping them,
Mm-hmm.
another shot.
Molphin is taking another one.
Molphin!
Molphin, this time you only take 3 points of poison damage. It's almost like your body is starting to get used to it.
He's becoming immune.
Yeah. You suffer 4 points of exhaustion.
Dangerous.
And I need you to also roll a D100 for me. We understand you got to go, Zos. If you need to go,
Okay.
go ahead. Or we're gonna end like really soon.
I will save you.
Thank
I will
you.
save
I'm sorry. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, Sauce. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'm sorry because I still have an opening shift and I didn't accidentally oversleep last time. I would say.
Oh.
Good night, guys.
Good
No.
night,
Good night.
Sauce.
Molphin, as you're looking around after you take this sip, you're looking at your friends, and they all look like insects.
Oh.
They are standing up. They look like humanoids with insect heads and insect wings.
Perhaps.
Lachlan, is that you?
Yeah.
Look,
Well-
your friends can't do anything for you.
Someone take that scoop from her also kill him. Oh,
Why do you sound like Ashlyn?
I am Ashley.
So you should, Molphin, you should be at, what level of exhaustion are you at? You're at 5? Okay.
7 dead.
Well,
Six
actually,
dead.
how many sips did you take?
A total of
Total.
3.
Okay, never mind. You are at 3 points, so you should be at level 3 exhaustion. Okay.
Oh.
My apologies.
Oh, so each one is 1.
Each one is 1 additional on top. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
am
I'm
I
at
at
3.
1?
Yeah, you're at 3.
Ashlyn's at 1.
Ashlyn's at-
Diana's at 1.
Ashlyn will be at 1. Diana's at 1. Yes. Mm-hmm. My apologies.
And
I
it
read
looks
those wrong.
And it looks like there's only about 1 mouthful left.
1 mouthful left.
I take it.
Scoop's in my hand. You want to fight for it?
Yes.
Athletics. Make contested athletics, or a Molphin. You could use acrobatics if you want to, because you're the defense.
Okay.
You can kind of pull
Well,
dodge out of.
I'm not going to win this because I have
Oh,
disadvantage.
but Ashlyn is reaching around behind you and is trying to grab it from you too. Ashlyn, you have the scoop in your hands
I take the
as you
last
pull
one.
it. You're gonna take the last one.
Yeah.
We need you for the snakes.
Awkwardly,
Thanks.
it doesn't seem to do any damage to you.
Okay.
But you are at, I think, level 5. Exhaustion is the one before death. Is that correct?
Okay.
you-
I thought it was
Yeah.
at level 2.
But you automatically, with this last sip,
Okay.
go to level 5. And I need you to roll a D100 for me. I'm excited about this die roll.
You guys drink random creepy water. Great.
I need
The
you.
closer they're the only ones who aren't affected.
Yeah, they're just watching this like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You now add the following character flaw to your character sheet.
Okay, because I didn't have any before.
Your character flaw, after drinking this, states,
Oh, no.
I don't like the way people judge me all the time.
I don't.
And that is a character flaw of yours. And at that point, all the liquid is gone. You watch as this pedestal begins to melt away. Slowly. And you can all hear in your heads, "No! When I get back, I will take my dagger, and I will take my shroud. It will all be mine again. It will be mine, and I will stop all of you." And as it dissipates, left in front of you by your feet, Mulfin, is this black-looking hooded cloak. And
Immediately, Muffin picks it up.
and you notice as it continues its way down, another spiral staircase emerges, leading down into this little rocky island, into darkness. And
And
that's
as Muffin's looking at the strange insect people around him,
yeah.
puts the cloak inside his robes and tucks it away.
I'm
And
watching that
Shroud do
very
again?
intently because I've been helping you stand.
What's the shroud do again?
don't
No
think
one
you
knows.
guys know.
Okay,
Yeah.
you don't know.
That's-
Okay.
No one had even heard of the shroud until they started hearing the voice,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because that's something that Asmodeus mentioned to
Oh.
Muffin.
And that's where we'll end tonight's episode, guys. Well done.
Yay!
Well done.
See, it could have been
Hey,
Muffin and
This is why
incapacitated
Callista
for
can't even
5
worry
hours.
about this Zentarum thing. Because, like, god damn it.
Yeah, that's like small beans.
This is small. Yeah, it's small shit compared to this.
Small beans, that's right.
I would just like to point out that Muffin is fine. It's the bloody Zents that are now 0 speed and can't move.
Wow. Yeah. So that was pretty intense. Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out with us for tonight. Sorry we went a little bit late. I was just I knew they would want to have a little bit more of a bite to eat with this tonight, so I wanted to get to this point to stop. So
Like to drink.
yeah.
Muffin gave up, and it was a growing moment. Muffin gave up the dagger.
Oh, I love that moment at the end when Ashlyn, with her sleight of hand, just grabbed that thing out of your hand. Like, I kind of imagine you like pulling it away from Callista, and then she just sneaks
She's
down
just
and
like, yoink.
just yoink, and then scoops it up and just chugs it. That was so cool. Well done, everybody. How about let's vote on a nat 20 for this week?
Oh, that's hard.
Oh man.
So many good
So many
points.
good, yeah, so many good things.
As a dungeon master, I'm leaning towards Lachlan for tonight, man. With the
Yeah, me
with
too.
the
I'm
whole.
What a mess.
I'm torn between Lachlan and Ashlyn because Lachlan's like, no, this happens all the time, getting punched in the face, and just in general, like this happens all the time. Like that's a very
It
good.
wasn't a lie.
Yeah, it happened. Like not just this, but everything happens all the time. And then Ashlyn just being freaking brilliant.
Yeah, Ashlyn
Love
did
it.
have some pretty
Brilliant.
incredible moments too. We got a vote for Lachlan for the 7 snakes in chat.
Victoria.
Anybody else hanging out with us in chat want to pitch in their vote for a free nat 20 for next time that we're together?
Well, I know, and I may be speaking out of turn for Amelia, but I know right after the Momlista scene,
The mom list.
Mom, let's
Oh,
stop.
yeah,
Is that what you said?
yeah, we have Eaglista, Elkista,
Oh God.
and we've got Momlista. Right after that
Yeah.
scene,
It's just
Amelia
crazy.
said that her vote was locked in, so I'm
Okay.
assuming that would be one for Christy at that point.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I don't know. Tough. I don't know. I'm gonna lean on chat for this one. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Lachlan since chat chimed in. We'll give it
Thanks,
to
chat.
Lachlan this week.
We'll use it wisely.
as we continue
Use it to run
this.
interference, and Wolfen can find out what the hell this thing does.
We came for Storm King's Thunder, and we ended up in Curse of Strahd. It's very,
Yeah.
very
That's why I
creepy.
said last night, this is soft Storm King's
This
Thunder.
is
because
very
it's like,
soft.
Pretty
We're
dark.
so off track from what our module should be. Oh, jeez.
So it's cool.
What chapter is this, Michael? Do you know?
I haven't been in that book in weeks.
What I would just like to point out is I just now realized that Callista found us a way into the Shadowfell, but didn't bother to find us a way home.
Like, to go back to Neverwinter?
You can do teleportation circle back, can't you?
In like 3 levels.
Oh.
Oh, great. Okay.
Well, for those of
I
you,
can't move.
We're gonna World of Warcraft this. We'll just go kill some skeletons
I
first.
just say we go back the way we came in. No.
Yeah, we just have to travel all the way back to Neverwinter. Well, exhausted and wounded.
We look for a place here.
With
Yeah.
bug faces.
wow, that was a pretty amazing night. We had some really good moments, really good roleplay moments. I just want to make a quick announcement. Next week, we will not have our regular scheduled Storm King's Thunder. For those of you tuning in or watching us on YouTube right now, I will be
We're having a one shot.
might be having a one shot, so we're getting things set up for that. Check out at Prof Bonus on Twitter for insight and details on that. I'm going to be out of town, so I'm not going to be here on Friday. The week after that is kind of up in the air too, and maybe until the end of the year is kind of up in the air, just because I'm going to be moving. So we're trying to get things settled with the new house and everything. So I will keep you guys posted on that. If we do have a session, it will be in 2 weeks, and I hope that we can do that. I'm going to have to see. So if not, we'll have some one shots in place where you guys can kind of tune in and watch some of our other DMs take the seat and hang out, and make sure you're in chat so you can influence the game a little bit too. Because I know that our DMs all watch that chat. Anything else that you guys want to throw out there before we call it a night?
I'll mention the same thing you did. This Monday we have our regularly scheduled Tomb of Annihilation game, but next week, the following week, the 17th, is we are off for our regularly scheduled programming, as I am moving on that point.
And we might have a one shot that day too.
Yeah, we have an offer for a DM to run a one shot. I'm just waiting to hear some confirmation from some of our cast members on Monday nights, how many of them can make it.
Mm-hmm.
And if so, it'll be entertaining. You'll get to see one of our newer DMs taking the reins if folks are up for it in Victoria. She's got an idea already in her head that she wants to run with this group and a couple of others. So
Very cool. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be super awesome. But yeah, I think that's just about everything. So next time you find yourself deep within a dark tower within the Shadowfell, and you are standing in front of some kind of dark water fountain, just drink up and don't forget to add your proficiency bonus. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.
Okay, love you. Bye.